Full day. We got a very exciting morning right now. So remember, Friday with the shutdown, it's still occurring, and we had no jobs data. There was kind of like a shaky start, but dude, pre-market now looking very good. There was a major OpenAI, AMD, NVIDIA deal that's driving it up. And I was just telling them on the video before, if you don't know, there is an OpenAI investor day today. So we're going to get a lot of headlines from that. And then there's also a JP Morgan tech conference. Who is that? Oh, I was like, who's talking? Oh, that was me. But yeah, other than that, we've gone over the plays. We did, after Friday, it was amazing. You guys gave me new ideas. There is a new membership. It will not be available till a couple more days. So you guys are scaring me by all signing up so fast. But other than that, you're going to have to wait a little, but I think you'll enjoy it. And then, yeah, we're going to have a great day today. I think you should have other plays, your LAR, LAC, USAR, everything else. You have shit to ride. We'll see what AMD offers. If you guys are paying attention on Friday, I'm going to try to give you guys some breadcrumbs. Keep it small. And like I'm saying, you guys know the back and forth. You're going to play the 1 or 2 days of news. So think about that with AMD. You're on day number 1. And then we're going to go back and forth. So I will be right back. We only have 3 minutes. I need to go pee. I have a couple of plays: AMD, USAR, CRML, LAR, CRISPR, OnMed, and LAR again. I had that twice. There's so many. I'm going to call them out, though. Not specifically, but yeah, you guys have fun on Friday. I think you'll get it. So I love you, Chad. It's going to be can you yell that out loud right now? Can you yell it's going to be a great day? Because it is. It's going to be a phenomenal day. I am so excited. You have no idea. I don't know why. It's because the Lord is with us.
Empowers Martin Norton, saying it could be time for some profit taking as the AI trade gets frothy. That's coming up. This is Bloomberg.
Come on, you know what we need. All right, I'll be right back. Jesus. Praise God. Amen, amen. It's a call, baby. Yeah, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you've been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you trying to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished, made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the arc. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real. It's not the reason they will kill, it's the freedom in believing. They want death to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there. Like swimwear, I've been there. I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own. Let's go, baby. No fear. 40 seconds, Chad. Oh, I know you're locked in. Let's go. So yeah, we'll get some of these option chains up and see. I think minerals and AMD off the jump, and then you'll also, and then too, I don't know, the smaller commodity plays that we're holding. Just keep your eyes on those. But other than that, Chad, get ready for it. Not too long. Oh my goodness, I can't even believe it. AMD up 30%. That's fascinating. Oh, I don't think that'll be the chain. All right. Round 1. Fight. All right, they opened it up. They actually opened it up. No fucking way. I thought they were going to wait a little bit. Some of them are kind of tweaking. Some of them are very tweaky. I don't know where the other ones are. Oh, that's October. Yeah, so you could get the ones with no time for a little bit, but yeah, they're kind of shitty. That's kind of insane who already bought those. Damn, 3,500%. All right, I think I found one. They're overpriced though. But I found the one that's not going too crazy. Oh no, that's not it. No. Be very careful actually. Hold on. Yeah, they're tweaking, bro. All right. Yeah, there's one I was going to take it, but then they adjust. Oh, I would have been off by a lot. Yeah, bro. All right. Yeah, be careful because on the spreads, I found one. I'm going to take it. If it fills, the chain is going nuts. It says it's not filled. Is it not loading? Palantir up 4. Okay, it says my option cannot be canceled. I can't even tell what the fuck just happened. All right, no, I gave me one. But now all the dude, they're fucking it up right now really, really hard. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't take the first one. I got one for really cheap there. But now they're just going crazy on the whole spread. I mean, they're all up 1,400%. Yeah, Intel too. Again, this is AMD is going to be the big one. And then even your path shares went up too as well. Let's see. I can't tell what's filling or not. Okay, there it is. All right, I got 2. I'm starting with just like we did on USAR on Friday, if you guys remember. We're gonna start with 1, start with the small set, and then if it runs, then that's it. And then otherwise, if it comes back, you'll be able to get it. Alright, what's the other one? And then path. Oh, I forgot about the other one. Uber taking off. Oh, I forgot about Oobs. I was just focusing on those 2. My thing is so glitchy though. Everything I'm putting up is not loading. Oh, does that have any? Yeah, I don't know if it's my computer or not. Yeah, Tesla RTX. I think AMD is going to have a couple of these. So this is only day 1. That's what I'm saying. Start small with it. If it wants to go crazy on the crackheads, you'll have your positioning. And then if they all drop 90%, then that's going to be the real play. Everything's glitching out. Oh, every single one of my platforms. Everything is like really choppy. I don't know how to describe it. I think everyone's overloaded. I think a lot of people woke up after that whole fiasco. Intel, oh, CNC. The October's gonna go. I forgot about that. Damn, NB is up 700%. And then Omana. IREN, FLNC. Yeah, don't forget about the healthcare. And then you guys remember UNH last week as well. Everything's really glitchy right now. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, bro. The strong Tom, my man. Oh wow, Intel above 37. Well, wait. So AMD, those got washed to start, but they're not down enough. It's gonna be that one's gonna now. You're gonna have pretty much a $10 range, unless it wants to do 20. So be on the lookout. Yeah, 38 on Intel is gonna be big. That's what we hit on Friday, and then it did its thing. There's Marvel, Broadcom too. All right, I want one more, but I don't think it's gonna load. I think today was a big big morning. So like everything's like glitchy and there's all this, but yeah, I do think it was a pretty big deal. All right. Broadcom, even E-Trade's being really glitchy too. So I'm putting in orders and then it's filling like later. That's what I still have orders that it's telling me they filled on AMD still, but it's being very odd. And then there's bonds. We do have a lot of bond auctions now. Everything's up about 0.5%, except for the Dow, I guess SPY's on the quarter. There's Intel. Broadcom going up. Again, Intel very big level here at the 38. Remember we talked about going straight up. Look at the high ticker. I think it's moving faster. It's just going in blocks. There's Core Weave too. Let's see. Yeah, they hoeing, bro. Okay, well that filled. Who is that? There's another one I want. None of them are moving. Your Robinhood crashed. Yeah, I mean, E-Trade's slow. I finally got a fill there. I guess I just... That one, though, everything I was bidding on was kind of wild. That one didn't have a crazy spread. Which one is that? USAR on the low. Again, who else? NB was on the high. Yeah, USAR's going down. What's the other one? CRML. That's the one that you had the rumor on Friday. Intel Habibi. ARCT, J&J. I haven't looked at Staples. Oh, Staples are getting rocked. Ay. Yeah, Dow just went red there for the first time. Robinhood, you mean on a day with a lot of money, Robinhood let you guys down? No! This is heresy. You're kidding me. You serious? What? No. Usually, you could assess your product when it doesn't matter. What are you guys saying? When it matters, you have a problem. What? That doesn't make any sense. But this stock's at $180. What are you guys? You guys are making things up. That's so weird. GDX and gold still coming up. Again, SPY's coming down. You've already given up probably like half of that morning move, but pre-market is a little different. I mean, everything is lagging, to be fair to Robinhood. You know, I think theirs is probably the worst right now, but, you know, E-Trade and TOS, they're working, but it's not, nothing's as smooth. Albemarle, at least I know what's going on, though. I mean, I could at least look at these. And then bonds too. I don't know if you guys noticed that, like 5 minutes right when everything started lagging, the bonds started going up. CoreWeave, ANET, couple of software names still going. There's Dizzle. Who else are we looking for? Oracle. And then Microsoft with a pop. So again, this OpenAI Investor Day thing, I think you're going to hear some more. So that's the idea. And then, man, 38 on Intel. Uranium is going crazy. What is this? All the material plays are just ripping right now. Except for USAR. There's one more. MTN on the high. Orla, NVO again. NVO and Costco, man. That was the deal. I'm surprised more people didn't talk about that one. Surprisingly. Watch Global Foundries, and then we haven't talked about China. It's your boy. And then Chipotle moving up. Yeah, but China too. Again, they have a couple things after the Golden Week and their holiday. SMCI is on the high. I put that up there a little bit ago. Oh, speaking of the devil, BQ, Buki. So yeah, those are trying to come up. Yeah, Robinhood, I would just assume it's going to be down. Oh, Baozun got hit. Neo's on the high. So a couple of these China names. And Baba. Baba's trying to go green here right below. ADM on the high. Hey, yo, ADM? Oh, or bueno, Conagra? What? So yeah. NNE, again, you guys have played that a couple times just with the, you know, nuclear is either going to bubble up earlier, it's going to hit the high, chill out, and then you're going to go in waves. But that is starting off pretty exciting. All right. Well, I found a weird contract, but I think if you're on Robinhood, you guys can't see it. I'm being serious though. There's a play right now, and the contracts are tweaking. Oh, AMD on the low. What happened to AM Dizzle? They said AM Dizzle. Or did Robinhood just turn on? So yeah, there's one play though. One of the material plays, if you see anything going crazy and you notice the premiums are the same, that's kind of a little misprice. If October and November are the same price, that's not normal. Or something's up. GSRT on the high. CNP, remember we got a little bit of that on Friday. A lot of those actually. And then there's JD now waking up. China, like I said, China started off pretty slow. Or we just haven't heard much, and now they're starting to go. Pfizer, oh, I forgot. GLD. But yeah, so whatever you're dealing with, I always told you guys this though. Now just imagine if today wasn't just making money. What if today was the same exact thing, but it was scary? So instead of you're mad you couldn't make money, imagine if you couldn't do anything when it was bad. So some of you are mad at the missed opportunity, but my worry is always the safety itself. NVIDIA on the high now. So NVIDIA is starting to launch. Where's healthcare? Yeah, healthcare is trying to work its way. Dude, CNC again. And then even UNH, remember those from last week, we got a lot of free ones. Putin signs a decree to seize Silgan metal Russian unit. Uh-oh, hot dog. Baba. Yeah, all the Baba premiums. Even LAR did very good. I was looking at the other one. Baidu and now Intel again. So, hey, man, I'm kind of down. I'm surprised. AMD from the open, you're giving up $12. I was looking for $10 range. You're at 12 right now, and then at least Intel is going up there. And then you also have NVIDIA. And then a couple of the other mineral plays are still moving. And then I think USAR is the only one that's like down but up. Yeah, so that did the same exact thing on Friday. And then now China's waking up. JD and Baba, some are near the highs. And then, again, Intel above 30, you guys. Just watch out, yeah. ARM on the high. 3 candles on ARM getting bigger. ARM. All right, there was a really, really cheap one. I got it for stupid cheap. But just in case. That's just 3%. ARM is waking up. I don't think there's a headline. That could be a dud because all of them are just moving up. Again, CoreWeave did the same, but that's just 3%. Yeah, Humana. Remember, healthcare. I'd keep them out. And then CNC premiums. Yo, IBM to the moon. Yo, what the fuck is happening here? IBM. My thing didn't load. It's about 0.4. If that could trigger, that'll be a good one. But yeah, a lot of these chip tech companies have just woken up. Intel. That's silver. Tech is up. Chat. When do I have on that? No, we're gonna ride those. VKTX, that's the first time I've seen that one. And then BMY, actually, you just had a set of like, and then ARM is going up. You just had a set of these guys launch. Literally biotechs, just like the stuff we played last week. All of those are going up. ARM is now 4.8. That one ended up hitting. Dude, everything is still glitchy. It's very, very slow today. You know? Very, very slow. IBM uses AMD chips. ARCAT on the high. Yeah, IBM's still going, 0.6. Like I'm saying, that one, IBM and ARM. Oh, and then remember, too, near the money. That's what we learned from last week. Remember, towards the end, we started taking those plays near the money. They just started really killing it, especially if you don't get that much movement. Yeah, there's UNH again now, 2 on the high. Meta from the video? No, I don't think so. But a lot of people do the OpenAI one. Remember we were I was telling you about like those fake videos that people couldn't really tell? Take a look at this. Oh, Eli Lilly. Remember on Friday, City on the low. Yeah, Eli's waking up. Those names started down and then banks are flushing. So you got a couple healthcare names on the high, tech has really got a bid. Silver too, IBM is on there. And then again, silver is going through the high right now. But yeah, we're telling about the Sora stuff. Look at this one. A lot of this one went viral over the weekend, but like a lot of people didn't know it was fake. You know that? Look at this. This is not real.
Ready? Fire it. Here we go.
So people thought that was real. Until like people had to go around and they had to start putting in the they had to start putting the video or the community note saying that it's not real. SLV, APA, LVS on the high. Alright, it sucks. I want to get rid of some things, but then I'm also, I do want to wait for the OpenAI conference because I do think they're going to have some. And then gold is going up now. I have that. And then there's ARM, whatever that was. That one keeps running. And then SanDisk on the low. Remember, that was a big runner the other day. And then you have Oklo on the low. SanDisk taking a candle. J&J on the high. CW. Asmal. Oklo again. NNE was earlier. They're doing it again on a Monday. So you want to make your decision now rather than later. I mean, pretty much if you think they're either going to stop right here, all of the nuclear ones, and then you're going to play that game for a couple of hours, or they're just going to take off from here and call it a day. And then there's AMDizzle. So AMDizzle already sold off $10 or 10% now. So nothing there. Let me see if the premium... the weeklies are down 75. And then anything with time, it lost a little, but it's not that crazy. You want the ones with more than 30 days. If we could get a real decay there, and then we'll be good. And then Intel, shit. Intel premiums are, I don't know, I didn't even make a move, but the premium just shot up. And then Neutrala, oh, CRISPR, where was it? Yeah, there was a lot of gene editing news this morning. And then J&J, I keep seeing MP dubs on the low, Intel on the high. Who was the other one this morning? Someone else. LSMR, NNE, and Oklo again. Like I'm saying, you've played this before. You should know the logic. Oklo. Where is it? No, I thought that was a gold headline. Good morning, baby. Yes. Watchlist yesterday was just a long-term video. I mean, this week we don't have much, but we are still in a lot of the same setups from the last couple weeks, or really last week. Tesla on the low. Trump on a call with Lula right now. Merck too, so again, Merck, BMY, Eli Lilly, those are the fire ones last week, but if they start running back up, Constellation on the low, they have earnings this week, so keep that in mind. Constellation, Pepsi, and a few others, they are reporting. Baidu on the high. Not all the China names are there right now, and then SPY's about to go lower. TTD on the low, FLR on the high. FLR up 3. You might have something on FLR. Floor. We've got something on this before. Yeah, something about this sounds familiar. But yeah, watch that. Oil ripping up right now. USO and BNO. All the oil indexes. I don't think you have data. Trump on Truth Social. Japan is elected first prime minister. Highly respected person of great wisdom. This is a tremendous new opportunity. There might be something else. But Trump is on Truth. And then Futu. Another round of China names popping. They were not on fire this morning. It's Baidu and Futu. And then Merck is on the high as well alongside BMY. Futu candle really big, 1.8. And then DLO. I don't know if did DLO get the pump on Friday? Oh no, that was cold. They got one of the pumps. Is Constellation today? PayPal on the high. Go fill that. All right. Yeah, AMD even more lows. Walmart now first highs. Yeah, Walmart just started waking up again. Baidu and Futu as well. I think all of the chips, yeah, some more than others. But overall, they're kind of cooling down. That was hot, man. I can't believe it this morning. That was a big one. It still is, so we'll see by the time your boy Sam Altman comes out. Yeah, the VIX is at 17. Isn't that funny? Because remember on Friday, the VIX went up. But the premiums did not. The premiums on the VIX are dead still. Now, granted, they didn't budge too much, but it's still not... yeah, it's going up as we're climbing, ironically enough. Because remember, even though this may... Just like that, was it Friday? Where we felt straight down on one of those days, but we were still... I think both of those days, you're just significantly higher, though. Again, Merck and biotechs, again, there's cold. I got a pump on Friday. And then DLO, some of these REITs are getting pumped. Merck, Merck at 90. Check Pfizer, too. And then Eli Lilly. We had a lot of fun with Eli Lilly. And then ADM, that's his second pop there. It was running earlier. It's kind of like Conagra. I don't know if you guys have heard of Conagra. We could talk about it. Lyft, AMD on the low, SMTC, and then Bitcoin on the high. AMD is feeling like Oracle without the Oracle pop. So Oracle did this below 200. So if it breaks 200, that's not going to be good. But if it could stay above there, then it might work its way up. I think below 200, the premiums will start to get clapped. Be a great day regardless of what the market does. Amen, baby. Amen. It's already a great day. It's already a great day. Yeah, I see PayPal on the high, AMD on the low, so they're going to clear the premiums there. BMNR, Conagra. Lulu. Was it Nike up earlier? No, somebody. NNE. NNE looks like NKE. Oil as well right now. And then more core weave, and then I don't know where ARM is. But both of those, I have a feeling they might get mentioned in some capacity. Actually, let me see those. STK, Lulu. Yeah, they scammed those. Yeah, but so anything, they scam the weeklies on AMD, but anything with time is down 20%. Not really. It's just the spread. So yeah, they're just clearing out the short-term premium. They don't want you guys to gamble on that. Not as much. But the ones with time are actually holding up. They got smashed too. They got smashed 50% by the time I got them, and then now they're down another 25. But then the other ones are washed. VG, whatever, the Venture Global, NTR now, and then Bitcoin. Nothing on the Target thing. I think that was, again, a rumor. Like we said, if you got like a real confirmation, it'll go. But then isn't Target earnings right around the corner? Or am I tripping? How's that gonna work? Yeah, watch Bitcoin. And then Path too. Those options actually went up. That one, I want that one too, but I don't think guaranteed. I don't know if that one will get mentioned. And then yeah, AMD. You watch the short terms on the pop. Otherwise, I still like the ones with time. The ones with time, you can play that one around. Now I don't know if they're gonna go down 50 yet. That's ideal if we could, but otherwise, the ones on the short term, those are all washed. If a real bounce on AMD, short term will pay you. But for now, if you'd want to like hold and it's gonna get pinned and all that, you're gonna need time, brother. RYM. And then NVO again above 60. I think that Costco news is huge. I'm surprised Him's still up. I think that's gonna kill Hims. I'm surprised they're holding up. But yeah, now you're competing with Costco. BG. Zivra. EPSM. Oh, didn't we see something on that Friday? Epsom. Bro, and then Intel. Yeah, the core weaves. Merck as well. It's weird. Intel premiums are still holding very good today. But yeah, wait for who was it? Wait for like a Pfizer or one of those medical companies, because you already have Merck and BMY. Honestly, that might be enough. Baba. Gold on the high. Again, silver premiums are climbing up there too, but silver hit the first high, now gold in. Banks have been like that, bro, the last couple weeks. I don't know if it's interest rates, even though we're raising, but yeah, man, I've been seeing like unrealized losses piling up. Some of these banks have just had terrible days, but you haven't heard anything. And then BTU on the low. Well, that's cool. Why is that dumping? It looks like there might be a headline. BTU. It's not big yet, but keep eyes on that. Illinois sues over National Guard deployment to Chicago. And then GME Palantir's on the high. Who's the other one? CRML and then USAR. And then Palant. And now you got eBay. eBay's actually starting to curl up. Take a look. eBay from 91 to 92 in like 3 minutes. And then Verizon, they had some pre-market moves. And then NASDAQ 0.4, Dow is down by 0.6, SPY is up by 0.08, and then Russell up by a quarter. It is 7:04. Let's see what we're dealing with. Dow Jones, 9 in the green, 21 in the red. SPY, 52 green, 49 in the red. And then SPY 176 green, 320-ish in the red. So yeah, way more names are in the red right now. But that's after gapping up. And then like I said, watch your AM Dizzle. Oh, that's a different time frame. Synopsis. Who was the other one? SanDisk. Yeah, and then watch the SanDisk drop in, and watch what's it called? Who is it? Oh, there's one reminding me of that. I blinked. And then Bitcoin all day though. Isn't Bitcoin at a damn 52-week high? I see IBIT is, but doesn't that imply Bitcoin is near the all-time high? I remember even over the weekend it was pretty quiet, all things considered. Yeah, Synopsis on the high. The Alzheimer's one, yeah, that's the one. That's just gonna be either really big or dud. It could still hurt the stock because they're not like, even though the people aren't pricing they'll get it, people are looking forward to it. Is that a real AMD candle on the day? Yeah, but AMD, again, big deal. OpenAI, even NVIDIA, more people are talking about the OpenAI stuff, but NVIDIA was involved as well. And then there's Bitcoin, CoreWeave, who's the other one? ARM. Yeah, there's CoreWeave again, bro. So I think CoreWeave and ARM might get mentioned at the other one. But again, I didn't make as much. Like, I realized it afterwards. Remember I was telling you. Oh, what? Oh, my thing is just not loading. What the fuck? No, never mind. I'm up like 300%, but my platform is saying I'm break even. So I'm up. It just wasn't telling me I was. That's so weird. Yeah, so that's on TOS. So everybody's kind of fucked today. You had that Robinhood thing in the morning. My TOSs, they're saying I'm down on plays that I'm up on. So I didn't even realize I'm up. Yeah. Oh, I own Q. Oh, CNC. You missed 2 weeks. Can anyone explain the stream? No, that's really rude of you. So go back and then maybe at the watch list. But right now, I don't think we're going to stop our day to catch you up. I hope you can understand if you were here for the other 8 months. MDT now. That one's weird. Remember EW and MDT, we never got an answer on those. But again, BMY, Merck, if you there's a couple of these like, oh, it's coming up when everything's red. If you took them, they could have hit. And then again, though, some of the plays that did hit, just double check and make sure you're up or down, because you might not, your platform might be glitching out today. Because even then, dude, that's why I'm like, are my Intel premiums are juicing, but the stock is going down. So I don't even think the Intel premiums are that high. Yeah, I think the only big development was Friday. I was just playing around. I let the chat vote on something and they voted, and it ended up being an awesome day. And then I think, sadly, it was a lot of drugs. I think a lot of people, I think Friday might have sparked the bubble even more. But yeah, I mean, again though, I did make a video on the trading fraternity, like what, 2-3 weeks before all this, telling you like the bubble dynamics and how to prepare and what to look for. So I hope you guys have been, and like I'm saying, it could end tomorrow, so be very cautious. I hope you don't let the emotions get to you, and then vice versa, it could still go on for another 6 months, 9 months even, and then yeah, you're gonna keep playing games like this until we get something, you know, material with the economy, a real change, anything of that nature. No, this isn't like 2021. This is different. It's similar though, but it's like similar in the sense, and this is the part that I think a lot of political people have trouble getting. To me, whether it's different or not, this helped me understand everything so much clearer, is that this is very reminiscent of like Biden, of the whole like ESG, EVs, chargers, solar. You remember all that? And then the BBB, all the big money comes in, and then it's very similar. There is a lot of differences, but that's why I was like, yeah, you know, I view critical minerals like EV, like under Biden. It's the same thing. And eventually too, some of the like give it another year or two, there's going to be a lot of dead money floating around. That was a result of Biden as well too. So I think it's very, very similar. So other than that though, I mean, it is different than 2021 in the sense of like the economy, the rate cuts, the policy. There's so many things that are like, we are at a unique point. But then again, I mean, history is always a great teacher. So even with that, I think you could still see a lot. Tesla. Yeah, Apple is climbing up. I mean, is that our first big tech? Actually, Microsoft's up 0.8. And then IonQ is running. Yeah, IonQ again. I called out the first one there and it stopped, but that literally went vertical 3%. It's the same exact thing. You're going to just go in different waves. And then eventually, right as they get all of you guys excited, they're going to be like, yeah, all of this stuff's trash. We're just going to buy NVIDIA, as they always do. So like I'm saying, I'd buy value. I'd make sure you're prepared and think ahead. Because if you're thinking ahead, you're going to kill it. Remember, we came into this year winning. So that had nothing to do with Liberation Day. Didn't matter. We did good during Liberation Day and we used every other opportunity, but make no mistake, we came in with the lead because of how we planned ahead. So like I'm telling you, there's stuff that you have for next year and you have things to keep in mind. So I would just take advantage of the value while you still can, and you know, things are going to move around. Soleno, Velo again, oil, and then NOC. That's military. RTX been on fire. IonQ again. Boeing, Bobo, SanDisk on the low. Boeing, it's up by 0.9 right now, but starting to move. Then Gemmy, then Rigetti now. All of the quantum plays are waking up. SPY got its first little bounce. You're right below VWAP. Now NASDAQ got 0.4. Dow was the only one in the red. Am Dizzle on the low. Baobab. SanDisk, man. And then gold too. Silver was the leader. Nope, now they're matched up. Lula call with Trump was positive, Brazil's Haddad said. Is it make moves on AAL? No, man. You know what you're doing. So you worded it right. One word off, I would have banned your ass. Don't fuck around with me. Please. For your own benefit. Just make your fucking decision. Don't ask the guy on the internet to do it for you. It's 6 a.m., bro. Act. Action. 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 XPI. Okay, I was like, KAR? That's LAR. And LAC. CRML, that one keeps going up too. Gold, I mean, it's a mix of everything. Rate cuts, central banks buying, dollar movements. There's so much. All the way down, even like society. That's what I was saying to you guys the other day. Like, what happens if gold gets all the fucking young guys? That's it. Like, young guys, you guys don't care. That's what I've noticed. The younger, like, maybe like my age and like 10, 20 years lower, they just don't give a fuck. I even see kids, they'll get scammed, and their view of a scam is like they just talk about it. I don't know how to describe it. They're like, oh, this guy scammed me. Oh, yeah, it's a scam. I got scammed. But there's no, like, recourse. So why I'm saying that is just, like, think about it. The young guys spend a lot of money without realizing it. And they have no real limit except for what they make. So by that, and then looking at the world and everything else, gold is under-owned. That's what they're saying. And like, it kind of makes sense. And like, look, let me put it this way. 30-year-old, 25-year-old male will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a digital coin. So what do you think that young man will do the moment he gets sold on the idea of physical assets? I think he'd be way more than 5,000 an ounce is nothing to him. They don't get it. For me, it's a lot because I bought it all at 1,000. You see what I'm saying? So like, think about it. They're not used to, believe me, I don't really agree with this. This is hard for me to wrap my head around because I bought gold so cheap and I don't see gold as really a big mover. But then again, it's like 2-3 years in a row of just ripping at crazy rates. So yeah, I just think that the society and the younger guys their price on there, they don't understand it, and they'll be, if they all get into it, I mean, there you go. Oh, that's the thing. Do you guys want, I'm sorry, up, wheels up, 8%. Hi. Up. It's a cheap one, so I'll leave you guys that one. I don't like the cheap ones because it's $5, but the stock is $5, $2. So yeah, up 8%. That could be news. Johnson, many ideas. And then CoreWeave, we hit that one. Like, that plays even a little bit more up than you think. Make sure you double check. I think it's up over 100%. What a day, man. What a day. Nike CEO on CNBC and Nikes. And that's it. And then Chad, is it too early for a rant? I hit CoreWeave. I don't think that counts. Let me hit 1,000% and I'll go on a rant. Actually, the Unity, or not Unity, what's it called? Path? That one might count. Yeah, the Path ones actually are almost a couple 100%. I think Path might get mentioned. It's just shitty quality. So I can't really, I don't feel the guarantee as much. But I think CoreWeave and ARM are going to get mentioned at OpenAI. I just don't know where. Remember, Path recently got into all of it. Where the fuck is the other one? PC on the high? What the hell is this? Premium castings up 20? What the fuck is even going up? This is so annoying with all the premiums all messed up. I can't even tell. Yeah, CoreWeave 100%, make it free. Or do it, or ride it if that's a weekly on a Monday and you have the event, so do whatever you want, but you got 100%. I don't know is that good enough for a rant, or do I need more? Oh, Preem catering, not casting. Nice. That's a big difference. Yeah, ALB, the volumes have been up since kind of last week, all those other deals. SoFi starting to move. First time, LAC, LAR. Again, yeah, there's SoFi now. First couple of prints. Actually, $1 almost on SoFi. That one's popping. Don't have, and that just started. Starbucks on the low. Oh, yeah, where's the Nikes? Let me pull you the Nikes, guy. I need to go to bathroom.
Cross-functional team. Each of those segments, if you will, of business. And the idea is that the consumers in each of those segments and the competition in each of those segments is different. And so by having these small cross-functional teams, they come to work every single day, the Nike running team does, and they're there to serve the running athlete. And every decision they make whether it's an innovation story, or whether it's a distribution decision, or if it's a marketing story, it all anchors on what do we need to do to serve.
That used to be separate.
And we were organized by men's, women's, kids. And we've lost the sharpness of sport with men being the primary, women's being the primary, and kids being the primary. And so we flipped it. So it's Nike running, Nike basketball, et cetera. And then Jordan, the same thing. Jordan basketball, Jordan golf. And so these small cross-functional teams focused on a different consumer segment. And that's really helped us get sharp in a couple of areas. Number one, innovative product. I think we had lost some
lacking,
of that.
Yeah.
So we're getting sharper on product. I'm wearing some here.
Yeah. Premiums. And you had a good quarter with running. I know.
Yeah, we had a great quarter with running. And so we're getting sharper on innovative product, emotional and inspiring storytelling, and we're paying it off in an integrated, elevated marketplace, not just Nike Direct, but also wholesale, digital, and physical as well. So each of those teams,
yeah,
that's what they come to work every single day: product, storytelling, marketplace.
So there's the internal culture, but there's also the society, the cultural relevance of Nike, which also feels like it's been lacking in the last few years. How do you restore something like that?
Yeah, I think so. First of all, what we did do, and the fifth component of the Win Now actions is this ground game. That means that we have teams and teammates down into the key cities around the world where influence happens, whether it is culture or sport, and we lost the people. So we're reinstituting and allocating resources to the key cities around the world to make those connections with influencers and to help be the pulse of where culture is and where sport is and how do we influence that. And so that is a big part of our strategy moving forward. Here's what I would say. I think we've got to make sport cool. And it's our opportunity to invite 8 billion consumers into the world of sport, fitness, and the lifestyle of sport. And when we do that, we grow the overall marketplace.
Has the competition gotten tougher since the last time you were here and trying to do that?
Oh, no question that the competition is strong today. I think part of it is because we opened up shelf space and open to buy in the wholesale business. And so we're having to earn that back. And we understand the responsibility and what's ahead of us in that wholesale business, but the teams are working hard. And I do believe moving to the sport offense, that sharpness by sport will not only help us be better with the consumer in terms of product and storytelling, but it will also make us more competitive.
That's the new structure.
That's the new structure. So you become more competitive because if you think about the competition in running, it's very different than the competition in basketball.
So I'm glad you brought up wholesale because that was actually another bright spot in the quarter, and it's been a strategic, I mean, you said it was one of the places that you wanted to fix. It's a strategic imperative. So what's driving that growth now? Yeah.
So the three areas in the quarter that we pointed to was North America, running, and then the wholesale as sort of proof points that the strategy's working. In terms of wholesale, I think, again, it's across the board, but the team's done a really nice job going back into existing distribution and being, again, this keeps coming back to consumer. What consumer shops Dick's versus what consumer shops JD versus what consumer shops Foot Locker, they're all very different consumers. And getting sharper about the assortments we put in there, and then the presentation of those
he said shops. I thought he said shouts. I was like, what is he just saying?
And you've also opened
Who
it up.
shouted out Dick's?
We do have some new distribution. The team stepped back and said, hey, where are those consumers today that we're not serving? In the United States, as an example, we opened up Aritzia and Urban Outfitters and had some good success there to go after a younger female consumer. And then, of course, Amazon, as you pointed out.
Wait, where does Nike fit into Aritzia?
Had a really good launch with our Nike shop on Amazon as well.
So what ultimately is the right balance that you're trying to achieve between wholesale and direct-to-consumer?
Yeah.
Because for so long, it was all about direct-to-consumer. That's where the profitable growth was, and that was the big pivot.
Yeah. So here's what I'd say. You know, we do business in almost 190 countries, and every country has a little bit different structure. And what we do is we give a framework to our country teams, and the whole idea is around making certain that we show up wherever consumers choose to show up and shop, digital, physical, owned, and wholesale. And we need to make certain that we are thoughtful about
again.
that
Boeing is popping right now, and then McDonald's on the low.
And then
interesting.
And make certain we
That's
have
been
the
on
right
the low, but
assortments
down
in
a
those
lot.
retail formats, digital or physical. and that when we do have them, we elevate.
Yeah,
the
how does
presentation
Aritzia
of our
fit
brand,
into
and that's
Nike?
how we
He
drive
said
it.
something, but then he said Urban
I'm not gonna sit here
Outfitters.
today and say, hey,
I would
ultimately,
love
it's
Nike and
10%.
Aritzia. That's amazing.
But there's
But
a certain
I don't know what he's
consumer
speaking
that will
about.
never shop Nike Direct. They want to shop Choice, and we need to be there in a thoughtful, meaningful way.
How do you turn around Nike Direct and digital? Because you did call that out as one of the lagging.
I guess
Yeah.
they
categories.
sell
Yeah,
Nike
physical,
stuff
we
at
already- I
Aritzia.
think we
They
have
did
really
like a
good
partnership.
path forward on physical retail. House of
Yeah.
Innovation in New York would be a
Kinda
really nice
dope.
proof point. Along with, we have a
Not
smaller
really.
format.
I guess for
that we
women,
did
maybe.
in South Congress and
Or
Austin.
like,
we have a
I
store on
thought
South
there'd be a
Congress
nicer
Avenue.
women's shoe.
Focus on sport.
I was like, I get
And
these
so
for
when
my
you walk
girl,
into,
but I don't think my girl
Consumer
gonna
Now
wear
shops,
Nike Shocks.
House of Innovation, and it's going to seem so simplistic, but there's a running zone.
yeah,
so you
there
walk
is.
into
Uh-huh.
Nike
I
running.
didn't know they did
footwear,
that,
apparel,
yeah.
accessories.
I think
men's,
that's a new
women's,
partnership.
all
Figure on the hype.
collectively held together. Beautiful assortments, presentation, and oh, by the way, service. Runners serving runners.
I like Aritzia
Basketball
a lot.
serving,
This is all new?
Remember that one Chad was like, Josh, they went up. I'm like, bitch, you didn't listen to me. I like Aritzia. They just literally, they're like, their profits aren't high. I think it's a really strong women's brand.
And then
like girls love Aritzia, and if they don't now, they will in the
User
future.
experience, but really
But,
elevating the
yeah,
experience and
It's just
anchoring it
hard
on
as a
sport
profitable
again,
company.
Sport moments and innovation, and making certain that will be the recipe that drives traffic moving forward.
So, any visibility into how long that's going to take to recover?
Yeah. Because of the numbers of doors, it's going to take time to remodel.
Baidu again.
And then in terms of digital,
China.
we already are resetting right now, and you know, we did call that out in the quarter is one that we believe will sustain throughout the rest of the fiscal year as a headwind that we're working through. But I do like the strategy that we have in place. And
Intel and Spotify
And
right within
inventory
each
is
other
like a
today.
key marker that investors are watching. You're doing a lot to try to clean inventory, get rid of this old styles that aren't
Equal
working.
weight kind of going
Inventories
vertical, so
are
that's actually a good
declining.
sign.
Where are you in that process?
Because now you had that little freak
again,
out
I
here
think
in the morning, or
an
not even
area
a
that
freak
we'll
out, just
probably
dealing
have
with
a
where we're
quarter
at.
or two
But
still
then
to
equal
go,
weight's
but
starting to
feeling good
climb. A couple of
about
travel,
the
Hilton
work
on the
that the
high.
team's doing
And
around
then China,
cleaning
more
up,
China EV.
the excess inventory, and the whole idea is you pull out the inventory to make room for
And then
the new
Edwards,
product.
EW,
And
another,
not
the
only
medical
the new
device
product
plays ended up
allows,
going up after that one
the
day.
retailer make more money, but it obviously the consumer, to inspire the consumer with newness and freshness. And so I think teams are doing a nice job of moving out the excess inventory, moving through it in a thoughtful way, and then also replenish it with new innovative products.
At higher average selling
At
prices. Right.
And
Ultimately.
it's not just about price either. It's about brand positioning too, right? You want this innovative product, this beautiful product, not only to sell through at a higher price, but the positioning of the brand is also elevated with the product as well. So
You told Wall Street that you're seeing signs of progress, wins under your belt, I think you said, but it's not going to be linear. And I'm just wondering what you mean by that.
Well, so when we come to work, we think about 3 brands and then multiple sports under each brand, and then 190 countries that roll up to our each brand times sport and each geo times country. They're at different stages of the evolution with the Win Now strategy. And so that's what we mean by it's not linear, but it is a portfolio. And ultimately, the goal is to have the entire portfolio all working together to drive the revenue and the profit that we hope to deliver for all of our investors.
Where does Skims Nike come in? I know you said early response has been very strong.
Yeah.
How did that come together? Did you meet with Kim Kardashian?
Not me personally, but we had our team was looking at the consumer, and again, I think this is a great example of our team going, okay, there's a consumer out there that
Oh yeah, bro. Watch out. No, they're jacking the AMD premiums
how
now.
Do we leverage,
That's weird.
And we could go out and do something like Skims
Yeah,
doing
bro.
and vice versa. They could do
Dog,
something
they
like
jacked it
we're
up.
doing. But why not combine?
Literally,
the
premiums
two
on AMD
brands
just
and,
went up 40% on that
and
move. Ooh,
use
CNC
our
flushing.
understanding of athletes and movement and athletic materials and construction with their understanding of body shaping, and so the two teams coming together makes a really powerful consumer proposition. And we offered it in their stores, our stores, and online. And like you said, we had a great sell-through.
How big can that get?
I think the consumer is going to tell us that. We used to have a maxim. We used to have a maxim called "the consumer decides," and ultimately, and I mean that, I think the consumer is going to tell us how good are we, and is the product as innovative as it ultimately can be? Is it as stylish as it can be? I think it can be big.
Are we going to see more collabs like that from you? Maybe
Oh,
outside the
Micron
world
on the
of just
low.
straight sport?
Yeah, I think
So
we
you got
have to
AMD
keep
kind
our
of
eyes
weakened a
open.
little bit,
You
but then now
talked earlier,
Micron's
asked
selling.
a question earlier about cultural relevance. I think it is our responsibility to not only leverage the world of sport and what's happening in sport, but also to understand what's happening in the world of the culture and how do we maybe collide and mash the two together to create a conversation about our brands. And so, yeah, absolutely, you'll see us continue to look for opportunities with the right collaborators around the
Boeing.
world.
And speaking of sport, we're here on the basketball court where so many athletes, I saw LeBron's name on the wall, have been here, they've tested in the research lab, they've practiced. You know, I'm thinking 10 years ago, the basketball business.
Yeah.
You had all these stars, Kobe and LeBron and Kevin Durant, on the top of their game, and they were really selling out. These franchises were amazing on sneakers. Who makes you bullish like that right now?
Well, John Morant's doing a great job for us from a basketball perspective.
He's a real straight
we just
shooter.
launched his Jaw 3.
A&F on the low.
Sell-throughs there, not just in the United States, but around the world. In China, he was there, sold through. Sabrina is Asia, and that we're starting to dimensionalize outside of just making men's shoes or men's basketball shoes, but also making women's basketball shoes. And we're excited about that as a new added dimension to the basketball portfolio.
We're going to have much more from that interview in the next hour, including, of course, his comments on tariffs.
What's that? YouTube launching new Google Activation Partners program. That sounds dystopian already. Treasury sanctions fentanyl network aiding Sinaloa cartel. App on the low. Yeah, that was Nike. It was, I mean, again, they just had their earnings too, so think about that. And that's why this week you're getting a lot more earnings. But these are the early stages, so. And then I don't think Nike provided enough to, not as much juice. Yeah, there is Eli going up. Again, a couple of those other ones. Corning's flushing. GLW, two big candles, 85.20 to 83. That one doesn't really move. If that goes like 2-3%, you might have something. And then Boeing, man, ever since. And then Path as well. AMD, they're jacking up premiums after that move. It's very, very odd. So the premiums are moving now way more than the stock is. And then we don't know, or we're going to hear from OpenAI and all those other people later. Still early, hollow on the low. NB just bought. Yeah, and then I saw that. I saw the one you tweeted me. I think it's decent. I think everybody just saw it, and then it's up 50%. That's kind of the problem. And then it doesn't have options. I like the ones that are more speculative with options, because then you could lower the risk. Otherwise, we have to wait till they come down a little bit on shares, unless you want to take the risk. But that's part of the bubble. You know, government stakes, minerals, materials. That's the one area, kind of like EV in 2021. So it's just, you could get it however. Just be cautious, make them free as best as possible. And then, yeah, just limit the risk. Path. Core weave dying. Oh no. What the fuck? Oh well. It's good. I sent out the alert to make it free at 100. I said, so good. Either way. I was like, you either push this shit beginning of the week or you just take your 100 right now. Or you can make it free and hold one. That's funny. There's MGM. They had some tweaking candles last week. I think Win is moving. And then now Kohl's. Yeah, Kohl's is actually going vertical. 16.5 to 16.9. I would say that was down. 40 cents, bro. So that's about 3% right now. Yeah, Kohl's is moving up. Stick. And then gold and silver as well. SPY right above VWAP. Bonds are down on the day. NASDAQ, or the Dow, is the only one in the red. 7767. Yeah, Eco8's still moving. AEP. FDP. Oh, and dude, this one was terrible. I'm telling you, this was terrible this weekend. You know what I did? I had to ship something. I had to send a package. And I go to the UPS store because it's close, right? And I'm like, well, shit, I don't have time to go to the post office. So I said, let me go to the UPS store. My brother, I need to ship a package to LA. So I just didn't want to go to LA. So I'm going San Diego to LA, package. I just needed to get there whenever, right? Guess how much? How much do you think it was? This isn't even next day shipping. Without even a box. How much do you think they asked me? San Diego to LA, 5-pound package, not even. What do you think they wanted me to pay? Yeah, bro. Dude, it's like $70-something. Dude, I was like, you guys are insane. I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean 70? I said, without the box? Bro, $70. I said, no, bro, that's nuts. Dude, I thought it was like $20. I used to send shit. UPS was not that expensive. And then they said $70. I vomited in my mouth. And then I just left. Hey, yo, AIP, we have an old play on this. I don't know if you guys are aware. I have a dead one. This was from the beginning of the year, actually. They're up 100%. Yeah, I know. I probably could have flown it cheaper. So yeah, I have to go to the post office. It was $15 at the post office. Oh, AIP, that wasn't from the beginning of the year. These were the free ones. We already hit 1,000% on this. We hit 4,000% on this. You remember with AMD? Duh. Remember AMD took a stake in these guys and we had it on this plan? We had it on here. That's the one we made the couple $1,000% on. Yeah, I had the 10 remaining. I do. I want to start training birds on the farm. I want to train the crows. They don't feel me. Do you want to know what it was? It was my girlfriend's friend. She, remember I told you they were here like this last week? And then they left? Thank God. No, but dude, she left her pillow, and this girl is like really obsessed with her pillow, so I had to ship a pillow. But then I was like, I'm not spending $70 to send your pillow. I said, this is ridiculous. But then, yeah, the post office got it done. It's a pillow. I saw Netflix on the low earlier. Okay. You know, until we get a move, I think I'm ready to rant, you guys. I only hit 100% today. No 1,000%ers yet. But the Lord. Well, unless you count, I'm like 10,000% on Intel or something, but that's another topic. So, yeah. Chad, over the weekend, I went on Twitter, and then I almost threw my phone at the wall. Because the foolishness is still rampant. So here's the deal. Chad, I encourage you to, when you come across propaganda, I encourage you to understand the contradictions. I.e., that if someone's promoting or pumping you a topic or an idea, you know, you got to think, if anybody's trying to convince you of something, that's usually the problem. Oh, no. I don't know who this was. It was just, I kept seeing it, and I saw one big account, and then it's starting to look like a propaganda campaign. But here's the idea. They will post a bunch of gains, and then they would tell you how real estate and every other asset is a scam, and how you should be gambling and trading instead, and why they've came to realize that. However, you'll notice the same people, they go on the same logical line of buy assets, and they keep saying, oh my gosh, AI, you don't know what's coming. Oh my gosh, there's nothing, you better own assets. And they say that, but then they will go and tell you to go buy more paper and that there's to sell your house. Do you understand? It's very contradicting. So be careful. That's what I saw this weekend. It was a lot of fear to own assets, but then the solution was wrong. You get what I'm saying? So imagine, because I agree with owning real assets. I think that's actually what you need to do. I've been saying that for a while, and you should be able to see the results. But the problem is when the solution is buy more paper assets. I think you're misreading the situation. Yeah. The idea is, because that's what I'm saying. I think those people are right, where you need assets. You need real assets. And those without assets, it's easier to get left behind, but it's not in high supply paper assets that's referring to. So they'll sell you on that idea, then sell you high supply paper. That's not what you want to be buying. You want to be buying low supply, real non-paper assets. That's why I'd even prefer gold. I mean, it's ass backwards. But be careful, because that's a new propaganda campaign. Especially as you get more bubbly. Yeah, no, you should get your crib. You should get the paper gains and turn the paper gain into real property, a real asset. And that's the thing too, is that I mean this humbly, but most people like posting big gains and then telling you that they hate real estate. I am very hard pressed to believe that that's not real money. Why? Because real estate is probably going to be the best tax shelter you could get your hands on. It doesn't actually make sense why you would reject it, especially if you're going to have the biggest tax liability in your life. So that's the fluke test though, but make sure you get your real estate. You should do the opposite. Well, no, because there's good info everywhere, but you just have to learn to think for yourself. That's all I'm saying. What I wanted you guys to notice is how people were selling you an idea with the same premise that they are contradicting. You know, the idea of, oh my gosh, you're young, you better get assets, you're gonna get left behind. There's some truth to it. You know, and the whole own real assets because paper will do, everything else will go crazy. There's truth to that. That logic is correct. You see what I'm saying? But then it's like Marxism. Karl Marx identifies the problem correctly. I don't know if you guys have ever read Marx. I love him. I love how he identifies the problem because he's correct. But his solution is ass backwards. It doesn't make any sense. So it's the same thing here. You know, people are figuring out the problem. And they're like, wow, you need to own real assets. And then they're telling you to go buy paper shit stocks. That's not the solution. The solution is actually real estate. That's why it was funny, because I saw this big article on it talking about selling property for this reason. I'm like, that makes no sense at all. So be careful, but understand. That's what I want you to understand. You don't need to reject everything people adopt, but you do need to learn how to piece it together and make that decision on your own and be able to say, yeah, well, what's this, what's that, why would an asset do this or that? Baba. AIG, yeah, a couple of the China ones. I got Baidu up here. OSW, yeah, Baba is getting candles actually. What is that? Is that OSU, QSU? Something just moved. OSW. Yeah, Baba on the high. I did see Humana cross a couple seconds ago. Yeah, Baba just took a stick. $2. Now it's breaking out red to green. Hi! Orbs. We've seen that one before. It likes to pump and dump. On home equity investment? No. What's that? But be careful pulling equity out of your house unless you have a clear reason for it. That's something I've guided against several times this year. Because a lot of the rates are not low and most people are pulling the equity for other reasons that are not profitable. So just remember, you do something like that, you are guaranteeing the equity of your home. So, but right now at this, just for most instances, unless you're really struggling and really need it as like a safety net, I wouldn't pull out home equity. And even then I would do other decisions. Yeah, China, I mean, it's Golden Week right now. Or it just ended, so they're coming back from holiday. Oh, there's one more. They have some event that they're going to do. It's right after Golden Week. They do this thing. Oh, I'm blanking. I'll take a look. I preferably would not like to, because like I'm saying, I wouldn't even entertain it. I would just reject it. Most people or anybody I've seen pull out home equity loans in the last 2-3 years is, I think 80% of them have resulted in them selling their home because it just doesn't work. AKA it is a lifeline, and they didn't want to sell their home. That's what I'm telling you. So it's risky. Rates are not low right now, and most people, the house values are stagnating. So you don't want to play that game there. And then again, HELOCs, thankfully you don't pay as many fees, but everything else you're going to be committing and putting up your property. So I don't know who you're advising or whatnot, but my view is just I think a lot of people got propagandized on the whole BRRR stuff from a few years ago, and it worked for a little bit, but yeah, the rate environment is much different. Home tap, no payments. Well, that's not what I'm saying. I don't know it. I'd stay away from this. I don't like all of it. Even how you're talking about it is, I'm either worried you're getting scammed or you're gonna scam somebody. So I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. The answer is I would run away from all HELOCs right now or any equity lines, and I would understand where your financial situation is at and use your property and what you have to make the best decision with it, rather than paying fees, pulling loans, and kind of dragging on an option. But yeah, I've seen more wrong than right with that one. Yeah, there's Baba again. Who don't work W-2. Make a company and start paying yourself. So you may not work W-2, but you could go make a company and then start paying yourself a W-2. Problem solved. Otherwise, there is business loans. And if you have a good bank account with like money coming in consistently, you could qualify against the bank account. But it's worse terms. So higher money down, higher rates, all that. Oh wow, Uber has been above 100. It went to 101. Yeah, JD's now. All of them are less than 1%. And there's the peach. It already ran up, baby. Horna, let's go. Happy Monday. Indeed, brother. Indeed. I think that was already a peach front run, bro. What's going on, Bradley Frizzle? Oh, yeah. The peach. You know, we still don't have a peach tree at the farm. You know that, Bradley Frizzle? We haven't planted anything yet. You know, we're close. We got close to a horse this weekend. I'll give you guys some updates there, but oh, he just reminded me of the peach tree. And there's Baba. Oh, man. Good morning, baby. I love it. Yeah, AMD at 1. That's like I'm saying, OpenAI has like an investor day thing. So there are going to be a lot of people there. And that's why I was saying some of those other ones might get some. But like I told you, even like 30 minutes ago, the AMD premium started to climb. Some of them are up almost 100%. It doesn't look like that, but they did. That's what I was telling you guys. Like after that little weekly flush, the January and time ones are fine. They didn't really move, but it was right here. That's where those fucking weeklies were just dead. So like I was saying, if it did get a bounce and didn't break, that's how you got 100%. But and then everything else, if it comes back here, those plays will come back up. It's only right if he plants the tree. Damn, son. That does make sense. Silver. Tell me why. Oh, that might work. AVVX. What's that? Abvax? ONMD, that one's still running up. And then Nike, that one didn't climb up. I don't know what time the OpenAI thing is. All I know is AMD's at 1 and then whoever else is there. Actually, let me throw up my calendar. Because, like I said, the JP Morgan Tech Conference as well. Alrighty. Legion Capital. Okay, there's nothing. The conference starts today. There's only like one, but it just says JP Morgan. Oh, and then I guess Ruckus, they have R&D day. That one's already up 20%. That's so weird. Where are the other ones? Yeah, but OpenAI doesn't show up on this one. Oh, no, wait. Business update call. 8 a.m. That's AMD. Oh, wait. Yeah, so there's something starting with AMD right now. Hold on, I think. Yeah, 7 a.m. Eastern? No. Yeah, I see something at 8. You went with Qualcomm, you feel that might have been a mistake? That I don't know. But I do know that posting your play in here, that's a mistake. So, but what the result of your play will be, I have no idea. That I'm not as concerned with, but we have rules. So the rules are don't tell us what you're playing. We can't stand that. I'm trying to find the AMD thing now. I just made a play free. So I got another 100%er. Where is this? 7 a.m. Eastern. I swear, I have something at 8 a.m. my time, which is in 3 minutes, but when I go to the website, it's not there. AMD, there was very big news with OpenAI and NVIDIA this morning. So that's why it's there. 8 a.m. Oh, no. Yeah, I have it. 8 a.m. Press release. Learn more. Cohere North. Yeah, they put out a, wait, 8 a.m. Eastern. Oh, Eastern. That's why I was like, I got the press release. I don't have the video. And then they have Analyst Day on November 11th. Well, you know what I want to do, right?
Hi, you've reached Aaron Grabine with AMD Public Relations. Please leave me a message.
No. I'm going to call you again, Aaron.
If you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Josh answers, Stock Market Live.
Thanks, Josh answers. Please stay on the line.
Dog, if this works. This is way better than Intel's. I'm not gonna lie, way better music than Intel.
I'm sorry, this person is not available.
Yes, he is.
If you would like to leave an additional message, please reply after the tone.
Hey, Aaron, I'm Josh with Stock Market Live, youtube.com/the stock market. We wanted to say congratulations on the news and see if we could talk to Lisa. We have 1,000 or thousands of people waiting for her right now, so would love to hear more. And congratulations again. Have a wonderful day. All right, he got a message. I'm gonna keep asking for Lisa now. I want Lisa. Let's call the other one. Fuck it. Why the guy's 720 number? Oh, I forgot. AMD is in Vegas. Now that I think about it, I remember the big AMD one there. No. Alright. No love. Oh. All right, I got one for you. I don't even have it. Tyree, I did it. I did the play Tyree sent me. So welcome to the bubble, you guys. So usually I like the easy ones. The easy ones, aka we get the headline, we confirm it, and then we go through it. Now motherfuckers are, they're starting to put 2 and 2 together and then make guesses. So this is one of them. That's why it's already up. So I don't, and you can only play shares. And then Path, you guys, that was a fire one if you have that. And that one I think they're gonna get brought up again. But yeah, I own R, not a recommendation. Shares. That one's being rumored. It's circulating. Tyree sent it to me. I waited. Tyree sent it to me at $8. Now it's at $7. So it wouldn't go lower. But yeah, they're pretty much based on where they have access to. There's some deal they're already working on, and it had like a 3-month timeline. So volume and everything, they're tying it in with this one. But yeah, that is where we are at. Well, that one's already up 50, and you can only do shares. That's the part I do not like about it. And there you have it. Oh, Mr. Hananalan. I already said the ticker. So, I guess you guys didn't get it. Well, you might have to go find it. Let's put you on a little treasure hunt. And then Path, that one you guys know, right? That one, that had a 2-day pullback. That was one I did the exact same thing on, and I told you guys about it. But that one, I like Path a lot. Like I was saying, I used the product, but now that you were able to buy those options for pennies, and now they're up, but I'm hoping they get put up at this event. I'm gonna check. Yeah, IBM was running earlier. And then, so now I gave you guys a play. Thank you, Tyree, for the info, like I'm saying. But what's going to happen next? So if you tell me that you bought it, you made money, you lost money, you did anything, what am I going to do, Chad? Do you know? You guys know, right? So now that all of it, because nobody brought it up except for Tyree. That's the funny part. Not one person said this shit to me except Tyree. So he's the only one who I think could bring it up. So now that we've made the play, and you know, you got, like I said, this one's not even the best opportunity because of how much it's already up. But yeah, so do whatever you want. But now I'm, yeah, you guys don't tell us. Don't tell us. Do whatever. Anything social after that, you will be responsible for it. But yeah, I like it. I like the info on it, but I just don't like the price. Yeah, I know. I'm liking it. I think we could hunt a little harder. You guys want me to show you what I found yesterday? Let me see. I gotta pull it up. Cause yeah, it's this. This is why I like it. Cause Tyree sent me this thing, and this guy was going through. But this guy who's going through all these critical minerals, I have certain info. That's why when I look at it, I'm like, he might be onto something. So let me show you what I have. Where is it? Oh, and then CRML is still going. Yeah, that's why when I saw it, I was like, damn, I just didn't like the price. It was at $8. So we got $1 off. I mean, we saved 30%, but still, it's not. None of them were favorable today. If you got CRML, you saw we had the favorable window.
Getting Sam and the team, but the way to think about it is for this amount of compute, it's going to have to be in a lot of different places. I mean, it's a massive amount.
Multiple locations.
Multiple locations. Right. I would imagine multiple providers to really get this online as fast as possible.
Greg, there is a lot of focus on where OpenAI is going to get the money from to fund all of this. Sam Altman's big picture commitment is well documented, right? And the numbers are, to his mind, are in the trillions. But have you specifically thought about debt financing for this relationship with AMD? have you thought about doing a specific equity raise? You are very committed across multiple projects.
Yeah, look, the way that I would look at this is that AI revenue is growing faster than I think almost any product in history, and that ultimately, at the end of the day, the reason this compute power is so important, is so worthwhile for everyone to build, is because the revenue ultimately will be there. Now, as a company that is trying to move as fast as we can,
OpenAI.
we look at everything.
Watch out if she says anything about like an equity deal there. But we'll go over this in a second. I just want to show you. But yeah, I could pull up nationwide. I have every single mineral mine known to man. And we could look it up. I could break it down by mineral. I found dude, you guys want to buy a uranium mine in America? I found uranium assets we could get our hands on. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about though. So like, that's why we add up the certain info. If this is just the beginning, there is some crazy data out there and we have it. Yeah, there's a mine map, but we could break it down by mine, stage, licensing, who has what. I could even break down some of their margins if it's public. But then there is even some private stuff I have my hands on. But yeah, no, there's like, I didn't know. I was like, what do you mean uranium in America? That's what I'm saying. There was everything. The nickel mines I found. I think there's a lot of nickel and what's the other one in California? I found one by the farm. That's why I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, so either way, back to Lisa.
Can we get it online? And we're committing to doing this together. And the fact is, as OpenAI buys chips, that's great for AMD. Our revenue goes up, our earnings go up. We expect that it will also be very, very accretive to our shareholders from day one. And as we do that, we're very happy to have OpenAI as a deep partner, and we win together. So it's like a virtuous, positive cycle in how we build out, this big vision for having all this compute out there.
Right.
And yet we still question, as you were just talking about, Greg, some of the other supply chain elements. You're talking about the need for nuclear, for power. What's really interesting is are you feeling confident enough about the rest of the compute, the supply chain is there? Is this going to be US manufactured from your perspective, or are you looking at also building out internationally with AMD?
Yeah, we've been looking at really all options. Our preference and really the core thing that we try to do is build as much as possible in the U.S. And you can see the commitments that we've made over the past year. $500 billion of investment in the U.S.
Do they only hire
and
you
that's
if
not
you
stopping.
have like
We're
a
continuing
slight
to
Sam
build.
Altman list?
I do think that international, it is also.
Is that why I can't get a job at any of these
compute.
companies?
I think that compute is going to become this like national security strategic resource, and every country is going to need computational power.
Bro,
and so that we are really.
I fucking hate these market makers because I'm still hitting, bro. But tell me why I make one of these plays free, it goes up another 200%. That's bullshit. Yeah, so that one I just made free
really
is launched.
Partners across
so
the
if you waited, you got more.
To actually
That's
meet
so
the demand
crazy.
That we expect to be coming in upcoming
I thought
years.
I put it in at the ask and I got filled.
I
was like, yeah.
Will you look to
Now
Intel
I'm like,
at all for it, do you think, in the future?
Well, as you know, the supply chain is something that we work on, very meticulously. I think we have a very strong supply chain. We're certainly deeply partnered with, TSMC across the supply chain. Just to that earlier question, we're absolutely prioritizing building in the United States because I think that's super important. This is the U.S. AI stack. We want to have as much of it in the U.S. as possible, and we continue to really look at, how do we ensure that there will be a strong supply chain, going forward.
Greg, Sam posted on X that this deal with AMD is incremental to what's already being done with NVIDIA. But as Lisa knows, I've spent quite a lot of time looking at the MI family and the newer generations of products
so
to
here,
come.
For a little bit of intellectual honesty, you guys don't notice the difference? So if the same deal was Intel, everybody would be bashing it because of the debt issuance. Notice not one person gives a fuck. AKA, you don't have to give a fuck. They just hyper-focus on it when it's Intel. But once again, they're about to dilute the fuck out of AMD as well. So, ta-da. But notice, everyone's a fucking cricket.
To work is a huge amount of lift. That's something we've really only done the work for NVIDIA.
The Bloomberg guys are letting her slide on the question. No one's, bitch, tell me the 10% equity.
Barrier to entry there. And one thing we found is that I think that the work that Lisa and team have been doing on the MI450 series, it's looking
100%.
like it's going to be a really incredible chip. That's why I kept telling you guys. I think
through the Intel thing, we just kept buying the fucking dip on the red days because like I'm telling you, this is the same exact deal, but notice how much more rosier everybody is. They gapped it up 30. It was already up. I'm not against it. I play both of them. You know what I'm saying? But just notice how AMD is getting a cakewalk compared to Intel, and they're not applying the same intellectual rigor towards what the deal actually is. But that's why, remember, as we played Intel, that's all that mattered, is what the deal is. So again, NVIDIA, AMD, a customer, that's what's good. But yeah, they're already in this one. That's why they're not hyper focusing on the bad parts of it like they did with Intel.
Customers, models,
I think that's funny.
Use cases,
yeah.
And from that standpoint, we feel really good about how we're positioned. We love the work here because, frankly, OpenAI is the ultimate power user of our chips and tests us in very good ways. So I think that's what gives us confidence that the technology is there. And then to your point about milestones, yes, I mean this is clearly a case where we are tied to each other. The first gigawatt of deployment is super important. We're going to start that, second half of next year.
American Airlines
from there, and it really is not just the technology, but commercial milestones, adoption milestones, and just how we proliferate the capability going forward. But I'm looking forward to building this as fast as possible. We're already working with a number of cloud service providers who are also very active on our technology, and I think this is a great catalyst to get the industry to build faster.
Tied to each other is such an interesting turn of phrase. And Greg, look, you are seeing more AI users and chip makers and designers becoming more financially tied to each other. Is this going to continue? Is this the step forward for how you see this financing going forward?
Well, I really see the world transitioning to this AI-powered economy. And the interesting thing is within OpenAI that we've really seen what it's like when your progress is limited and accelerated as two sides of the coin by computational power. Like teams within OpenAI, that their ability to deliver really is tied to the amount of compute that they get. And I think we're heading to a world where that is how the whole economy will function. And we're starting to see
I'm glad they used my
that
ideas.
People having access to
It
better
got
AI
the shareholder
tools.
value
If you're
I
a
was
coder,
looking for.
you're able to do far more if you have access to better AI models. And we're heading to a world where if you can have 10 times as much AI power behind you, you will probably be 10 times more productive. And so I think that we're moving to a world where the whole industry is waking up to the fact that we have just not planned. We have not planned for this moment where this explosion in AI demand is happening.
I think
so
this logic is how we ended up with so many V8s.
And I think this whole industry has to find a way to actually rise to meet the occasion.
Lisa, you have given us a look into the future before about how you see the total addressable market, the industry. Now that the ink is dry with OpenAI and Greg, are you rethinking either your bigger picture analysis of the market for AI accelerators and GPUs, or do you see AMD now having an improved position in that market, relative, of course, to your friends at NVIDIA?
Well, again, I think, and I've told you before.
Yeah, dude, they hate you. Are you ready? The AMDs from the morning, if you had the worst entry, like not even, I waited a little bit, but they should have been down. Remember the ones I was telling you were 30%? They're fucking up now. So not only did some of the weeklies go 100%, if you were anywhere in this window, you got washed. Dip buy, you're up from 20 to 100%. And then all the buys here with time that would have been dead, they're all green. So yeah, there's just too much. It was just too much going on in the premiums. It's all broken. So they're going to have to work it around. But that's a very interesting
our capability.
Fun fact.
As much as we love the work with OpenAI, we're working with a lot of other customers as well. There's a lot of excitement in the industry around MI450.
A little bit harder.
So we're ready for it.
Or they should have stayed the same, but now with the stock the same, they're going up.
OpenAI President Greg
There's a lot of money moving around on the chain.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
And coming up, more on AMD
Thank you.
Impact on the broader tech markets. We've got a key investor for you, Tony Wang of T. Rowe Price.
Alrighty, and then CRML, that's the other Trump one. Again, I gave you an update on that one, but yeah, not so bad, you guys. Not so bad. My only problem is commodities. I have a certain commodity plays that I like, and they're up, but you either push or not. Well, yeah, AMD is going to be wild, though. So I'm glad that those other ones came up, but yeah, the premium moves are odd. Oh, where's that other one? Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, CRML, sadly the shorter term ones went. Both of them were mispriced. They were the same price, but now the short terms are up 50 to 70, and then the other ones are up only 20. Nice. That's interesting. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm telling you, this morning I knew it was gonna be a good day, but it was big. Like I was saying, the AMD, the wake up, all the CRMLs, and all these different types of plays. There was just a lot of money and big moves to wake up to. So I think it had a pretty interesting effect. The other one. I think we're chilling for a little. It's still mad early though. I think you guys are aware of that. 8 o'clock, Chad. 8 o'clock. How do you feel? Feel good? Feel good? Feel blessed? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, NB, we still have those. We made those free a while ago, but I still got one free set that's up a ton. We'll take it. DFLI. Oh, and then Joby for the first time in a little bit of riot. Yeah, I know. It's only Euro close, bro. Dude, by doing Baba, I like a lot. And Baba waking up. Remember, my thing, it sucks because now the government plays are going nuts. And we went big on Intel, so I was like, all right, that could ride it. And then we had all the other nuclear uranium ones, but now it's just like these government plays a lot, and then China took a week off, but China's still my favorite. I will tell you, my favorite bubble, I'm on the fence between government bubble and not, but my favorite one is China. So, but then again, China hasn't. Last week, the premiums went up. I think JD, unless if you did first set of JD, those will never go down. The second set are going back and forth, but then everybody else is just the China names are just holding that higher level. So, but then they haven't made the breakout move we're looking for. It doesn't have to. Remember that K-Web above that level. It doesn't have to do it, but if it does, that is what we want. Yeah, but Baidu, Baba, they're all moving up. AM Dizzle. CRML, bro. That one just went in. Like I just told you guys about those premiums. They just launched. Ain't nothing but a long trade. Tell me why the bonds got high rates. Yeah, bonds are starting to sell off a little. IonQ 52-week high. That one started moving. Then CRISPR. Remember I was telling you, damn it, we should have took them. I didn't want to get too distracted. We had too many other plays. But yeah, CRISPR. Remember I was saying the gene editing ones in the morning? Yeah, those all went. That was 5%. Hit. And then the CRMLs are going again. I don't think they've added new options to CRML yet. That's the thing. Yeah, now there's a fat gap between October and November. That's what I was trying to have you guys see. You may have heard me. I didn't tell you the stock. I told you to look for that, though. But it would have been CRML. The premiums were exactly the same. Now there's a $200 difference. So right there, you could have spent the same amount on November, and now you just instantly profited from it. Even if it was the same exact move. That's why. There's a lot of crazy here. Bitcoin still. SPY might even come up. I mean, if it goes through here, what level are we at? Remember. Yeah, 67.35. My guy, you're 15 points. 15 points away from the new all-time high. That is a crazy. Dude, I forgot. My girlfriend has a ton of AMD. She's tweaking right now. This is not what I needed right now. You know that? After a week of her and all of her friends trying to fucking... No, my girl gets it, though. She's not... All of her friends want to gamble all of a sudden. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Now this AMD thing is not going to help. This is not going to help. Meta, yeah, I think. I mean, Meta's still up a lot. I know some of you guys are noticing this big ass drop, but also too, what happens in about a month and a half? Anybody know? It rhymes with schmurnings. So this might just be some of the pre-run up. And think about what I've shared with you guys on the videos, watch list, even the Trading Fraternity video yesterday. I told you I'm looking for one big drop and then a front run, right? So if it doesn't show up on the SPY, you see what I'm saying? So it doesn't, again, I think it'll happen on the SPY. I do. But if it doesn't show up on the SPY and we only see it happen on Mag 7, that might be your earnings. That might be your earnings front run. Ta-da! Gran. What's this? Grande Group. Ariana long term. What? I thought it's Ariana long term. Oh, that's silver. I was like, how the fuck did I get this many? Never wanna hear you say. Yeah, you got airlines, Pepsi, and alcohol. So that's the thing. I think STZ is today. They're the best one. If they do really good, TAP is going to rip. If they do bad, TAP is going to get knocked. What do I think about batteries? Just don't put them in the long term. I think we got to watch the bubble video from 2 weeks ago. Because that's what I need you guys to, like, really... I want to help you. I really do. And I want to make this do good because I love these opportunities because you can make money. But here's the deal. You cannot lie to yourself. Do you understand? This is where people fuck up. They lie to themselves. So just know, none of these plays, like even the what the fuck did I just play? I own R? Like, that's what I'm telling you, bro. None of these, I do not fall in love with them. And just make sure that you don't lie to yourself saying that these are long-term plays. They're not. These are all gambles now. Welcome to the bubble. You guys have to know this. That's what I'm saying. I gave you 2 weeks, 3 weeks in advance. It's going to be concentrated. There's going to be industries. Like I'm saying, I'm going to try to make them more optimal. But none of the, like nowadays, like in the next couple, even next couple months as we move through and people are like, what do you think of this? Even if you hear something that sounds favorable, it's all under the context of, that's it. This is just the final bubble or it's going to lead to 20% next year. That's it. It's either this is going to be a bust in a couple of months and everyone's going to fucking ramp it up ahead of it. And my goodness, it'll be crazy. But if it doesn't crash and it doesn't lead to the bubble bursting, then we're just going to keep melting up. So like I'm saying, just at this point, don't fall for the mental trap of thinking anything is legitimate. But also don't fall for the mental trap of doing nothing because nothing's legitimate. You get what I'm saying? We need to be in that fine balance. Just how... You know, we're buying these government names. I was explaining this to my mom yesterday where I'm like, I don't know if it's China or not. But I told my mom what I told all of you. I said, listen, we're going to figure out what it is at the end of it, but we're not going to miss out of it. Do you understand? We're going to make money. We already did. Look at Intel. Look at all these other plays. I don't care what's happening. We're going to be safe. We're going to make sure we get it. So at this point, though, don't fall for the trap of thinking anything's legitimate at this point. And then don't use what I just said to miss out of opportunity and be like, oh, nothing's legitimate, so I'm not going to trade some of these easier play. Like, because again, some of them's easy. If it's easy info, we have the jump on it. You could play it for $10 and there's thousands of dollars of upside. I like that. I don't think anything's wrong with that. But like I'm telling you, after Friday, you guys saw me do it 7 times on Friday. But the problem is some people are going to start going bigger. People are going to go crazy. That's the problem with the bubble. So like I'm saying, all those plays, you need to find the pump or the catalyst. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I could tell you when the pumpers are gonna pump. That was the unintended consequence of YouTube. I learned how to pump, you guys, even though I've never pumped like that. You don't get it. I've encountered too many people. So I could tell you when they're about to start working for us. That's why. So when it comes to these battery plays, you need to find either the headline, or you need to know that there's going to be some driver behind it. Most of the plays we've made money on this year, we knew the catalyst was coming. You don't realize how crazy that is? We've anticipated catalysts. That way we're in these plays and then they're popping. Or once the catalyst comes in, if it's big, if it's legit enough, we just go off of that. Because then we'll know where the work's going to come from. So all of them, if you want a battery play, wait till you get the battery headlines, or wait till there's a theme developing. Other than that, though, none of you fall for the trap of thinking anything is legitimate now. Everything, even AMD is not legit, NVIDIA, nothing is. And I say that because you remember, just don't trust prices. Don't trust the things moving. This doesn't mean you can't make money and make plays, though. Only a fool is going to do that. That's what I'm saying. Only the fool is going to be like, oh, okay, then no. No, the point is you need to make sure you take advantage, but don't get taken advantage of. And if you're prone to getting taken advantage of and buying plays that are dog shit, and, people can't communicate to you that they're not, I would just sit out. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you're going to keep it really small and you're going to have good risk to reward, you could play whatever you want. I just wouldn't believe in them. And I wouldn't fall for the trap of like, oh, I could just put it in my long term. No, you can't. It's going to zero. So as long as you can work within that parameter, I think you'll make money and be safe. That's all. That's what I want. I want you guys to have opportunity. I think it's right in the midst of you, but at the same time, you have to be safe. And that's the thing, because opportunity isn't worth it if you're not being safe. That's why I'm saying these little moves, government plays, if it's going to lead to you blowing up $20,000 in 3 months, I wouldn't really do it. I'd say just get your long term and let's guaranteed win. You see what I'm saying? But if you're like, worst case comes to worst, I'm going to lose $200 and I'm still going to have a $20,000 in my long term, what are we talking about here? I think you actually have way more opportunity. So it's safety. Safety depending on how you handle it. Sadly, most people do not handle these emotions well. You're aware of that, right? I don't know whether personal experience or seeing it. Yeah, man, it's gonna be tough, you guys, because there's just a lot of people. I learned a lot even on Friday when we did all that, but like I'm saying, even the BS pumpers and propaganda on Twitter, they're right in some way, and I do think there is opportunity. You see what I'm saying? And you can make a lot of money on paper. I just don't want you guys falling. It's way more. It's harder than it's easier and harder than it sounds. But that's where I'm saying safety. I don't want you to miss out on opportunities, but then I don't want you to kill yourself over an opportunity that wasn't worth it. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to trade in your house right now for some fucking shit stock, just don't do it. Right? But if you, I'm saying, if you're going to use a minuscule amount of money with the right info, that is going to serve you way better than with no threat to your future. But then what's the problem? Most of you, after your first hit or two, you're gonna go all in. I know it. I saw it on Friday, bro. I don't think you realize the first 4 of them, you guys were like, oh fuck, dog. By the last ones, the option volume on every single one was in the thousands. It was insane. So just be careful. And that's why I'm saying, I don't care. That's what I'm telling you. I'm free from that responsibility. But genuinely, I think a lot of us can make a fuck ton of money right now and do very well. But it's not just short term. It's going to be how you handle all of this collectively. You could pad the stats, make money on the bubble, make sure your long term is growing and you're hammering down the best names. And then after the bust, we're going to make money on the downside because nobody knows how to do that apparently. But, and it doesn't go down. But then we're going to be with whatever we have after that. And you need to be good. so that it doesn't destroy you. So you see what I'm saying? That's why it just, some of these people, like, they're right. There is opportunity, and you're looking around, and that FOMO, I want it to motivate you in the right way. If it motivates you to get rid of your fucking budget and do dumb shit, you're fucked. That's what I'm scared of, because it doesn't matter how good I show you or teach you, that's going to be a risk. You see what I'm saying? Even if I give you perfect analogy, trades, even if I show you perfectly exactly what to do, the emotions is going to lead somebody into the gutter because of this. You're going to go out, you're going to color outside of the lines, and then it'll work until it doesn't. And that is what I'm scared of. I'm not scared of it, actually. I'm just planning for it. As you guys could see, I'm trying to find the answer. We need to get how can we take advantage of mania while insulating our long-term and insulating our minds from the mania to expose us to a worse move? That's what I'm saying. You'll hear when I talk about the philo, because the philo does relate. But that's what we need to find the answer to. That's what I'm trying to do. And if you're wondering why I keep doing all this shit, you don't get it. We just have so many people, and I'm trying to find the answer where we could all maximize it, because I know the long term works. That's what I'm saying. Long term's easy, guaranteed almost. You're making money, you don't have to worry about it. But now, how can we take advantage of the mania without trading in the long term? And guess what? That's a hard ask, because most people, to get that bubble, to get the short term, they end up trading in the long term. You get what I'm saying? That's why we need to find a way where the cost is low and there's no back end risk. But then that I haven't found that yet. The back end risk is that it gets so good, you will be tempted into the worst play at the worst time, and then all it's going to do is take one. And that's what I'm worried about. Okay, Sierra, I'm out. But all in all, it's really fun. I think we have opportunity, and I just don't get FOMO. Get excited. Do you see? You know what I'm saying? Have you guys not noticed me this year? I'm just excited. I've hit a lot and I've missed a lot, but don't get FOMO. Get excited. When you wake, I was already excited. Then I saw AMD. I didn't have an AMD play. I got excited. I got one now. So do you get what I'm saying? Stay excited. I would get excited. FOMO shouldn't make you discouraged. FOMO, watching people succeed, getting money, watching bubbles. Don't turn this into an emotional bitch game. You see, you're better than that, bro. Trust me. Let them do that. But you're not going to do that. All you have to do is get excited. Because then that excitement, that belief, we're going to turn it into the area. But like I'm saying, I'm excited. I see all of this. But now I'm like, okay, how do we have to protect. We got to make sure. And like I'm saying, I'm playing small enough. My biggest temptation is I'm like, oh, I hit 10 of them. I should go all in. And we're all going to have the same temptation. So you have to find a way to insulate yourself from that back end risk. And you'll be fine. Pow. All right, I need to go to the bathroom. I got something special for you. I mean, especially again with everything going on, the bubble, rate cuts, food in that industry, it's been underperforming. Here's what I'm leaving and putting. Those are really good on the list. Target's even looking a lot better. Both of these stocks, I don't think they are perfect. I actually think both of them can go down a little bit more. I think Sweet Greens is low quality and can drop a lot more. I think Chipotle is high quality. Come on, but get to the bubble. NBO, a lot of what you're experiencing. But then again, we did just get some intel there too. So it's going to be an exciting couple of years. Oh, freedom. Oh, it's raining now a little bit. But yeah, so I hope that's a good update for you. And I hope you have been paying attention to the rebuild. Because like I said, we just got the farm here. I even got a Verizon flip. I'll give you guys with everything going on. But we want to be aggressive about the rebuild. And even though people are getting bubbly and getting crazy. So let's talk about the bubble now. Nice. If you couldn't tell, my problem isn't with playing these. And, you know, if you get like again, they cut rates. If we do get a .com style melt up before anything, or again, it'll probably end and, you know, bad things will happen. But the whole point is I'm against people putting it in their long term if they don't really believe in it and all of the emotions that come with it. Like I'm saying, I would keep it separate. I've been playing a lot of these plays, and if you haven't heard me, I've been telling you guys either make your decision or fade forever. Everything in a bubble right now you have been exposed to. I even told you guys about quantum in, I think, November or December of 2024. Go look at the videos on this channel. We were even talking about, hey, we don't really believe in it, but it's probably going to be the next trend. That's how I feel with all of it. And like I'm saying, if you really do believe in it for your long term, it's 10 years minimum. Not this back and forth, not leverage with options. It's you buy it, you could keep adding to it, but you hold for 10 years minimum. And if you don't follow that rule, you won't even be able to take advantage of it. Again, we got to take advantage of Meta from $90 to $700 because we followed the rules. So in a weird way, the rules will still even help you. But I do see a lot of people, they're going to be getting tempted by it. And over the years, I've seen people end up with lower quality stuff in their long term, and again, get emotional and confused by all this stuff. That's why if you see it, you should take advantage of it, but make your decision. If you're going to play the back and forth over and over again, mix it in with your long term, use money, and then it takes away from your long term, it's going to turn into a mess. So avoid that. And now to understand that if it is going to be a bubble and how it's going to play out, this is part of that 300 years of history. Every time there has ever been a bubble, there really is a bubble, it's going to be concentrated. Everything going crazy right now, you know about it. You've known about Oklo since the beginning. You've known about nuclear. You've known the quantum. Again, we've talked about it in videos. And again, AI and everything that's attached to that. So that's where the bubble is going to be. There may be a couple of new things, but historically, the bubble and how it plays out, the things that are bubbly go insane, and people are arguing there's a little bit more room to go. Timing wise, it's already been 2 years since the bottom of 2023, if you think about it, with AI and all this other stuff. But if anything is going to rip higher, a lot of industries, like you've seen, they may chill, go up barely, but then it's going to be the bubble being concentrated. So if you are going to be FOMOing and playing any of those games, I wouldn't be added to your long term. And at the same time, you're probably going to have to focus where all of the hype is. That's what makes it a bubble. So that's the first part. The second part about a bubble over the last 300 years, and every bubble from tulips to Bitcoin, you name it, is that it ends with some sort of bond yield getting clapped. And it doesn't have to be American. That's where a lot of people make a misconception. We've already seen our bonds get clapped, but think about Japan, think about global yields. This is kind of where the bubble is going to culminate, or essentially the bubble will pop once you see, yields go pop somewhere insanely, whether it's US and it means a lot, or, it could be another crisis. I think in 08, it was Chinese yields that popped again. We even had Japan yields pop at one point. And what's the other example? Here, I'll go look for you. So yeah, it was 12 out of the last 14 bubbles in the last 300 years. This is a good video. Yields ended up rising.
I don't know. I'd like the nerding out just talking to you guys about the econ. I liked yesterday's video too. But yeah, the bubble, man. So I don't know. When did we make this? 2 weeks ago. September 21st, I made that video. That's what I was saying. It was right around the rate cut leading into it. And then we got more confirmation, but just, yeah, you saw it from a mile away. It was weird. We already led into it the first 9 months, but now it got so ridiculous. And then Powell, the rate cut. And then you started seeing, that was the day Oklo went up 30. People were, again, the emotions were high. And then we started playing this. And then one after the next, you're getting more. So just don't lie to yourself. These aren't real opportunities. It's going to last like this for a little. And don't get FOMO. You know why? How many of you thought you missed out on Bitcoin, on Doge, on NFTs, on every single fucking little bubble? Weed stocks in 2014. You haven't noticed? They come back in 2 to 3 years, and they come back even bigger. So you're not going to miss anything, especially if you stay alive. So when it's all said and done, just don't trick yourself and you'll be good. Tesla. I just tweeted at Elon. I was like, yo, Elon, you got to buy Intel now. Otherwise, Sam Altman's flexing on you. I'm just saying, I'm just saying that. I'm like, Elon, you going to let Sam go at AMD? Oh, that's a challenge. Ooh, he said he could do American manufacturing better than you. Elon, that's what he said. That's what he told me. I don't know, just I feel like Sam got way more money than you, Elon. That's fine if you can't afford Intel after the Twitter, bro. I get it. Sam could. That's why he's doing the AMD, bro. I don't know. Unless you pay like $100 a share for Intel, I think he's winning. I don't know. That's what I think. So weird. NVIDIA is a strategic asset in the AI race.
Yeah, AMD, bro. Look at that candle. It looks so ugly when you load it up on the outside. I can't believe the ones with time went up. Dude, I'm up 30%. Are you fucking kidding me? Praise the Lord. That's so stupid. Yeah. Bro, I bought these for like $1.20. They're going for $2 now. I'm up more than 30. That's fucked up. Yeah. My Twitter is real cult news. These mother effers. All right, well, AMD now. How many do I have? The short-term ones went up 50%. They were up 100 at the bottom at one point. But I'm shocked that those other ones went. Okay. Orla. Tap, 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 tap. Apple. Oh, Tesla's with another candle. Ionar, that was the other one. Cart 2. MyGen. It shows a way to get the crooks on board with digital currency. That's funny. Give it to them first. Oh, I didn't realize. That's why the CRML. Yeah, the CRML is already in the money. That chain doesn't go above 15. Oh, that's why they started tweaking out. That makes sense. Yeah, so they had a gap, and then the difference now is from their FedEx running up. UBS raised target on Intel. Nice. Nice. I'm waiting for, where's our boy, bro? Where's Elon? Elon? You don't let him, Elon? Docu, a couple things are waking up right now. So look at low ticker has a few, high ticker is gassing up, but SPY's about to break from the open, which was a gap up and very well. You did not fill the gap to the downside, so you might have to deal with that eventually. But you're in a nice middle. Remember, Friday was pretty ugly after what was it? The data. Remember, we had one set of data, or there's something on Friday that we started tweaking off of. But you're right back up to there, about 30 points away from a new all-time high. Bebsi. Not Pepsi, but Bebsi. Very big difference. A Bebsi. Chad, I told you it was going to be a good day. Woo! How come I don't have a... Oh, July? Earnings, yeah. I don't have a Pepsi preview yet. Fly ya, Bebsi. Oh, dude. I'm going to try to get my mom on stream. I was talking to her yesterday. Because I forgot. I was like, Mom, will you let me stream? I said, Mom, I'll stay. I'll spend the night and I'll stream from the home. Because usually my mom doesn't, like, I'm annoying. So. But yeah, she was considering it. Because I said, I was like, I don't, it was weird. I didn't think she would consider it. I thought I was just fucking around. And then, yeah, she's kind of down. That's it. Because I was like, if I'm there. So that'd be nice. I told you guys I'd want to live with my parents. They won't let me. They don't want me to be with them. They think I'm annoying. But I'm like, come on. I'll bring cars. I can't cook, but still. Nah, they're not down. SLDP. I'm Dizzle. Yeah, they should do a podcast. They can't do it in California, though. I don't know. My parents are very straightforward, brother. اسكت اسكت خلاص. Omex. All right, a couple of biotechs too. What happened to the Merck and BMYs? Those faded? I still like Dana here. And then SPY near the high, 30 points from the high. A lot of things came back up. PayPal offering 5% on BNPL. Maybe old. I mean, it was up already a lot today. And then I think they had some link with Affirm or Klarna. Or isn't that on Venmo? Don't they have a buy now, pay later? Tell me why he ain't nothing but a new high. Ooh, Dr. Kennedy. Is he a doctor or senator?
It looks complicated, but it's not. Last Tuesday, the country was rocking along, minding its own business. Our budget ended at midnight. A few weeks before we'd gone, our Democratic friends said, let's vote to keep it open for about 6 weeks. They said no. We won't do it. We'll shut it down unless you give us $1.5 trillion. And we said, well, that's not going to happen. That'll happen when donkeys fly. You know that. So they keep voting no to open it up. All we're saying is open it up, no strings attached, so we can continue to negotiate. And they say not until you give us $1.5 trillion, which we're not going to do. And that's what's going on. It looks complicated, but it's not. Last Tuesday, the country...
Well, thank you. Exactly. Donkeys fly. I love him, Mo. I'm glad he's feeling better. He scared me that one time. Yo, Meta's on the high? How? I thought they were down a lot more. Oh, I was looking on the daily. But yeah, so SPY, now you got a little bit of Meta lead. You have Tesla. I mean, Apple and Microsoft. Microsoft's the one going through the high, though. So you got big tech going up. Dow has recovered about 0.5% of that loss almost. So that's actually making progress. Russell is the leader. I don't know if you noticed that. That kind of came out of nowhere. And then Path, bro. Oh, it hit 15 and came down? All right, well, I like that. And then you got the other ones. CRML chilled out. Remember USAR and all that from last week. Oh, that one's starting to move now. What was the... I made this play. I just don't even remember it. Ioner. And the Microsoftian. I mean, yeah, that's the... You're at an interesting spot right now where things aren't moving. Just keep that in mind. Money. So the government shutdown has a lot of drama and people are, you know, they feel a certain way about it, but it does have the reality is just no money is moving. A good portion of money is not moving. Oh, CRML just got halted down, I think. They just got clapped. Did David Sachs say something? He had another comment. They just killed that. Yeah. They just got halted. And then Sprouts on the low. No fucking way. That thing kept having the pops to the high. MP on the low and TMC I think something's happening, you guys. No. Something's happening with the mineral plays. Hey, yo, they're tweaking. Yeah, something's going on with the mineral plays. Let's see. Yeah, check minerals right now. Every single one of them. CRML, US, not way. Man, did I tell you that one looked a little weird? Oh, that was the Reuters one. Yeah, that one's fake. They just scammed everybody. Yep, that's Reuters. That was the one on Friday. USAR, that one's good though. If they don't say no on that one, yeah, that was fucking Reuters, dude. Those little fuckers. That's a scam. I'm mad. Because I said it this morning, but then I was like, all right. I took it once I started seeing the premiums were getting scammed. They weren't working. That's why I took it. But yeah, that one was. I kind of feel like I should have known. That was the only one that was Reuters, if you think about it. Damn, I couldn't have got... Yeah, I like USAR, though. The ones that they say they're not getting out of, those are going to be good. You see what I'm saying? So, like, USAR, that was the same time as this one, but if they didn't deny that, that's better than not. But again, the only weird one was CRML. It was Reuters. That was the only one that nobody said shit except Reuters. No. That's all fucking Reuters, bro. I'm telling you. They were the one with the rumor there. They let it sit for a weekend, but the fact, that's why I was like, all right, if it doesn't get shut down by the morning. So, but then again, it is 9:50, not even 9 o'clock. Yeah, that one, they're going to kill CRML. Let me see, actually. Those are the November ones. Oh, what's the other one then? Average Reuters experience, right? So yeah, I would just get out of the CRML ones, and then I think they're all halted. How does Reuters? That one was just blatantly bad. Now, but then again, I'm not even blaming them. I'm blaming myself. I knew it, dude. I said it this morning, but then I got blinded by the options. That was literally the only one I couldn't get. You got to think about that. CRML, I had every single one of them before. Even USAR, we bought it the day after, but we knew the rumor ahead of time. So yeah, that was the only one that was after the bell. You had the weekend. I'm kind of mad it took them so long to do it, but either way, the risk is literally minuscule. You shouldn't have gone too big on that one. But I'm still mad just because it was... that was obvious, dude. Yeah, fuck Reuters. Google on the high. So wait till they open up. CRML is going to get smashed. You might be able to get a put, actually. That thing's going to die. I'm telling you. That thing's worthless. So, yeah. MP. The other ones are going to go up. It's all going to be CR. That's it. That's the one that Reuters lied about is going to get destroyed. I think it's more bullish for USAR now, and any of the other ones in the last couple days that didn't get denied, those are going to be fine. They're even better now, because that means anything that was dog shit that could have been weird, they would have denied it right now. So they only denied CRML. I'm just bothered by that. They got me. That's why. See, we need to find out next time. No, I need to trust my instinct. Yeah, that was the only one, bro. That was literally the only one that didn't make sense. I just wanted it in the morning. Because again, it was up 60 or 50 when we bought it. The premiums glitched, so I was like, fuck it. I can't believe them. That was bad. No, not TMC. TMC has its own thing. We already flipped that one. But USAR was the one lately that, remember, we went 19 to 20, and we're still waiting something pending on that. IONR. Yeah, that's the other one. That one still might be in play. That one still just has the rumor. That one was linked, though, to CRML because it had the same minerals. I want to say it was nickel, I believe, or no, lithium. I think IONO rumor is not as valid, but it could still be in play, but it's just definitely not the same, just because it's linked to that one. So that's the problem. But USAR legit, I'd say for now. I don't think it's a legit company, just in terms of the context of what we're discussing. Where's silver? Yeah, silver's still up there, and the SPY. So you just had that freak out. Oh, and then trip. What is this? Goldman? Did Goldman downgrade AMD? I don't think Goldman likes the AMD deal. And then AMD premiums are very, very good. I'm surprised. Happy Monday indeed. It's a good one. SLV, Microsoft. All right, so wait for CRML. That's just going to open up with death. Am Dizzle. Am Dizzle, baby. IONR is still a rumor. So, I don't know. I'm not as excited as that one. I'm still holding it, but yeah, I think CRML for now, though, is going to be a victim. So that was tied to it, but again, it's just still the same thing. This is foreign lithium. CRML was lithium tied to Greenland. That's so fucked up, though. Hold on. No. I read a report in the morning. You remember that? Josh AI had it. He was talking about the Greenland thing. Because somebody else verified CRML. Hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it. Somebody, one of the big news agencies, yeah, they did verify it. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, remember they were talking, Adabe. They were talking the Netherlands or Greenland deal. Yeah, Bloomberg citing White House. Yeah, bro. IBD did it. Dude, I have Investor Business Daily in the morning. Oh, dude, this thing's everywhere. Yeah, bro. Who is this? CRML said it entered into security with an unnamed investor to raise $35 million in gross proceeds. Yeah, and then the Greenland thing that's so odd. So yeah, they had a pipe deal as well too. That could have been, it's a pump, dude. But I'm shocked the other agencies picked it up. So usually if it's not real, it doesn't recirculate. You see what I'm saying? Because put it in the hands of like two more news people and new news companies, they have to verify it, right? So yeah, the CEO retweeted it, bro. Dude, I'm telling you, that one's fucking weird, bro. It was weird when we got it. I even said it this morning before I played it. That's why I waited. And then I was like, all right, fuck it, the options. But yeah, that's odd. That one's the weirdest one out of all of them for now. And then there's a $35 million pipe placement. So whoever fucking did that, they just doubled up. But then now you're playing this weird game with it. Very odd. But then there is going to be a floor at $7 because that's where somebody just put 35 mil today. But yeah, all of this is nasty. What was the other one? Yeah. Very weird, bro. Macron asks fresh talks after new minister resigns. Reuters. Dude, that's ugly. Dude, it's everywhere. Oh, what? No. Oh, dude, this gets weirder. No, guys, this is getting weirder. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna cancel my orders because I put some in, but something's weird. Are you ready for this? This is from October 5th, so just a couple of days ago. But this is what it says. Senior official told Reuters that hundreds of companies have approached the admin to invest in their projects, and there was currently, quote, absolutely nothing close for critical minerals. So this was reported on last night and on Friday, and I have a source from Reuters where they said the exact same thing that's being pumped right now, where they're saying absolutely nothing close. That was 2 days before. So whatever headline's even coming now that just knifed it, I have it from 2 days ago, or a day ago. Yeah, something's fucked up with all this. Somebody's lying somewhere. I just don't know where. Do you get it? Something's happening or something is misled from the get-go. And it's just getting very confusing, but someone's playing a game. But do you see it? That's what I'm telling you. I'm like, whatever just came out now, it says U.S. not taking it. Yeah, but they still, the same comment on the 5th. Where is it? Yeah, literally. No, this was on, the 5th. Absolutely nothing close for critical minerals. So, no, this is weird. But everybody's playing the game because, like I'm telling you, the headline on Friday night and even over the weekend, they knew nothing was close, but they somehow got Bloomberg, Reuters, Dow Jones, and Investor Business Daily to all run with it this morning. That's the problem. So the info is, it's weird, but yeah, that's kind of what happened. Because like I'm telling you, that same info, if you're like waking up and we're like, there's no deal, in a weird way, that was mentioned right when this came out. So yeah, I was gonna dump my plays because they were up. I'm gonna cancel it. I'm gonna hold them. I'm down to ride this one out. That's why it's still halted. This is weird. This is very, very weird. Someone's either pumping it or I'm gonna lean towards that, but I don't know how that doesn't happen too often, brother. I don't know how they got everybody to play along with that in the morning. Because that's what I'm saying. It was just obvious. Like it says that on the first report, nothing close, but everybody just ripped it apart. And then every news agency with a lot more money than Josh verified it. No, just that one. Just that one. That's what I was saying. The other, like, USARs and all that are good, but that's why I was like, it's weird that was the only one that got mentioned, but that was the only one that had fucking Reuters. You know, other ones, I was the one telling you about some of these rumors, if you think about it, and then we'd get it verified. That was Friday, Reuters, but it just related to CRML. No other company. That's why I think the ones that are there are good. The last time I saw something like that, the Walmart and Litecoin is what it kind of reminds me of in a weird way. But then again, that one wasn't the pump. That was everybody who played along. Like I'm saying, I don't know how they got everybody to overlook absolutely nothing close for critical minerals. I have that noted down on the 6th. Yeah, here's the original source from Reuters. I don't think will let me go. Yeah. Yeah, bro, look at this. So, bro, this is the original article that gave you the pump in the morning or on Friday night and then into Saturday. Yeah, they updated it 11 hours ago. So this hasn't even been updated since. But look, hundreds of companies, they told Reuters there is absolutely nothing close with this company at this time. And then they didn't respond, and then that's it. So this one's very weird because that means before they jumped it up 70%, everybody had this headline. Everybody knew. The people reporting it even said nothing is close. So now it's coming out, and then it fucking knifes, and now everyone's like, wait a minute, they're not taking a stake. So it's very odd. But yeah, that's your story so far. KDP flushing. 2% down, getting a little worse. There's nothing to leak. That was a propaganda, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? That was a bait and switch. Everyone just looked at the headline. They had the info, but usually everybody else doesn't. Before it hits Bloomberg, Investor Business Daily, all the other outlets, they verify it. So most people would have told you it would have been listed as a rumor, not as it happened. But even then, the article, the reporting rumor of it all even said it wasn't going to happen. But then everybody for 72 hours confirmed it was going to happen. So here we are. Adabe again. Yeah, IONR, that was the one tied to CRML because they have lithium and other foreign projects with a similar setup towards CRML. So this one just was up on the rumor. That's what I was telling you. So it didn't have anything yet, and that's why there was that risk at 50. It was up higher when I first saw it. I waited. But now the CRML is going to be very weird. Remember, I was just telling you we were killing it on the premiums. We stole them. They were glitching out, and then all of a sudden they just started running because there was no other options available. I think they're going to leave it halted until they probably contact somebody. That's too confusing. That's what I'm saying. It's either it's true and maybe they just got ahead of it, or it's something is blatantly false and somebody just pumped something very big in the name of Donald Trump. So that's not going to be good for if it's not real. Let alone, once again, Reuters blatantly. But then again, I don't know if I could even blame Reuters. I kind of blame the algos and everybody else who followed up with it. I'm saying that was in every morning news report this morning. How come nobody said that quote 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago? That direct quote, there's nothing close for this company. That's what I'm saying. Not one person mentioned that. Nah, they're trying to find something. It's going to stay halted until they find out what it is. Okta. Oh, NVO on the low. Actually, low ticker is kind of picking up right now. Oh, that could be it. Maybe. Hear me out. I don't know, though, guys. I don't even want to say anything because I don't even want to make it confusing. You get what I'm saying? It's already confusing. So, I don't know. Do you want me to add more info? Because, like, I can, but I can't. There's CRML unhalted. Back to $9 now. Yeah, the contracts are killed. Where's homeboy? Not bad. 50%. No. There's no bid. Actually, what time is it? But yeah, did they halt it again? All right, I have an idea. But like I said, I'll remind me later in the day. Let me write this down. I just don't want to confuse you guys even more. Yeah, it's halted again. I have an idea, but it's just not going to work with the time. That's the problem. We're into a wall. All right, let me see, though. ASTS. Tell me why. We haven't done push-ups today. We haven't. Let's do them. I'm down, baby. Dude, oh, and did I tell you guys? I didn't even tell you guys what happened over the weekend. Dude, it was terrible. It was terrible. Actually, I might. Does anybody want to do floors? I need new floors at a property. I'm going to call Mario, but if he can't do it, I could hire a Chad. You know what happened? So imagine the whole last week, bro. It was and then we still killed it on the market. But my girl's friends were all over, and they were all doing their thing, and then they going through all this stuff, and then when they leave, I get the dog. Bro, I don't know what the dog ate, but long story short, bro, over the weekend, anywhere I had carpet, he made sure to fucking diarrhea all over it. All over it. So it was a terrible, terrible experience. Alright. Alright, I'll just tell you guys now. I don't want to confuse you. But I put out the stream alert. I say CRML, IONR, you either sell out and take the 25 to 50% loss right away and just cut it out and call it a day. You lost half your money, or you're gonna you wait for developments, and then you could lose all of it if the developments don't go your way. So that's where you're at right now. Because long story short, I think either they were flat out lying, or I think that was Reuters' attempt at circumventing the news in a weird way. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think about it. If they disclosed from the report, think about it. They disclosed from the report right when it came out that nothing was going to happen. And then it still goes up. And then now the White House comes up and is saying the exact same thing. So maybe that's just the storyline. And then the White House is upholding it. That's a possibility. But like I'm saying, I don't like this. I didn't like it from the beginning. I only did it because of the options. And like I'm saying, I take responsibility for that, because I'm not even blaming Reuters. I'm blaming myself. This one is not as easy as the other ones now. It's just different. And there was red flags leading into it. So Welcome to the bubble. You got to decide. It's either you could play this game of coulda, woulda, shoulda, this could happen, maybe it's this, but it's going to cost you another 50%. Otherwise, if you don't want to deal with that, you just get out now. Call it a day. All right, CRML again. Let me see if I can pull these off. Okay, one of them dropped. I'm looking. I want more time. I'd be down if they kill the options enough. I'd get one, but I'm not gonna force it. It has to be. I want the time ones. Yeah, they're not letting the ones with time aren't that bad. Surprisingly, the one short term got whacked. But wait, unless you didn't have one, you could wait. But I need more premium. The short term premiums are washed, but it's not playable. Ming Chi making AMD OpenAI comments. Yeah, choose your frustration, for real. You're either going to get mad that you got scammed 50% right now, or you'll be mad if it comes back up. But you have to decide. Or you're, again, losing 100%. Because that's what I'm telling you. That's kind of the setup right now. I don't like it. I didn't like it from the get-go. This is what I get. But, yeah, you got to decide. It is a real big game of choose your frustration. Oh, spin. Oh, Mitch was good. Dude, I only got to see him once. I thought I was going to have enough time to go there on Sunday. I didn't. I don't know if you're listening, Mitch. I miss you. I love you. But great, bro. He's the man. He, like, moved in. I was looking at it, bro. It was dope. He turned the barn. Like, the barn with somebody living in it is so dope. You have no idea. I was, like, kind of jealous. It felt like college. So, it was fun. He did a lot. I can't believe he cleaned up one of the what's it called? He cleaned up one of the horse stalls. Because he was about to get a horse. That's what he told me. He said, next time I get there, he's going to have a horse. And I told him, too. And I was like, maybe just rent a horse, if anything. Because he almost did a deal, but then we worked it out a little bit, and I helped him change the vision, and now I think he's aiming big, and yeah, so we got some. Yeah, the short term's already moved on that. Honestly, that wasn't that bad. That CRML should have been a lot more disgusting. It wasn't that bad. Obviously, it was scammy, but nah. I didn't go that. I mean, it sucks. They were like $200, but still. That could have been way worse. So I'm not really that mad. I'm just stupid because we had such good gains on it. And then how it all played out. He moved in. Well, he's not supposed to move in, but yeah. So he's only going to be there for a month. I mean, he might. I don't know if he completes this horse thing. So pretty much, like, he was trying to find, like, people to rent out the stalls. And then we kind of stumbled into a bigger idea. And he likes it a lot. He wants to do horse stuff there. And a lot of people, he's already brought some people to the property, and they're getting excited. So I said once, if we could cover the mortgage there, that'd be great. We have a plan, essentially. Mitch has a couple people. If he could pull this off, if he could rent out, and I don't know, maybe one of you guys would. Does anybody want to raise horses? Because apparently it's in heavy demand. So that's what happened, is like he was finding people who wanted to keep their horses, but any of them that would like see the property or he talked to him about it, they all want to like make their own horse operation. So they want to like breed horses, they want to exercise them, train them, and have their own thing where they like breed them, sell the sperm, do all that shit. So I was like, wow, that's kind of a crazy good idea. So best case scenario, we sublease the land for horses. So we find the right person who wants to make. That's what Mitch is doing. He has a couple meetings. But if you find somebody who would want to rent out the horse land, and we let them do that, and then we just keep the main house, and then we Airbnb it. Ta-da! You see what I'm saying? So then that way we could use the Airbnb whenever we want, or the house, and then we could rent out the horse operation for the mortgage, and then we'd have beautiful horses. But yeah, like I'm saying, some people, we're gonna see. We don't know how viable this is, but that's kind of where we stumbled into this weekend after the first plan and all that. Well, just a lot of people have this idea apparently. Like the demand for, like most people, once you get a couple of horses, they're like, okay, I want to do my own setup now. But yeah, just a lot. Yeah, bro, that wasn't that bad. That's fucked up. So the CRML with time, that did not even budge. That's so weird. You're down. I mean, from the spread, it's not that bad. On the ass, the bid is fucking clobbered. But yeah, like I'm saying, guys, did you hear what I was telling you? You better choose your frustration. You're down now. It's either that was all part of the plan and the same story is being held. Otherwise, somebody's a liar. Find out on the next episode of The Stock Market Hates You. She has stables and takes care of people's horses. Yeah, that was kind of the idea that Mitch was going for, where he was gonna, he found people who wanted to keep their horses. It's just not as much money, and then it's a lot of work. And he said he's down with it, but then like 2 or 3 people, he said, they wanted to keep their horses there, but then they're like, no, I want to breed, I want to do this, and they're kind of looking for a space where they could manage themselves. So that's where we kind of got this idea. Yeah, UNH is waking up again. Critical minerals. Qubits, 100 high, still down 10%. AT&T and Verizon too, man. I can't believe that. CRML. Well, that already went up $2 from the bottom. Like I'm saying, the contracts could have been way worse. They already went up 100% from the bottom on the short term. I wanted those to go down really cheap, but yeah, you're going to deal with this drama for a little. Oscar's good, but it's very, very high right now. So it's interesting how it became one of the better ones. It was a smaller one, but I do think healthcare, you still have to play the same waiting game. That's why there's that value. Uh-oh. What's the day today? Oh no. I think my power is gonna get cut off. Yeah. No, they're doing something. They said they're going to cut my power out. Not today, tomorrow. What was it I wanted to see? Oh, the ex-PayPal CEO. That's what it was? All right, I might have to go to the farm then tomorrow. See you soon, Mitch. AAOI and Thermo Fisher. What's this? AAOI? Jeez. Where's this OpenAI shit? I guess it's still mad early. AMD and A Lab? Yeah, he had the tweet earlier with AMD and the other one. And then Tapestry, TPR, I keep seeing go up. And then SPY's still holding. We had that little freak out there. I think there's still more to that story. Like I'm saying, we're going to find out. They're either going to keep the original White House story intact or they're going to go a little nuts. LAR is climbing too. Am I tripping or is that just the premiums? Yeah, LAR premium is shooting up for some odd reason. And then there's SoFi. And then there's Oxy, whatever that AAOI is. SPY's about to go to the high. You got Ulta, 7 highs of the day. Those are fresh. That just starting to move now. Oh, where's our boy, Path? We're getting. Trump admin government subsidies for airline services to small communities set to expire as soon as Sunday. And then Zillow on the low. Remember, they had that rental stuff last week. It didn't move. All right, CRML is kind of coming back up. AMD longer-term premiums are coming down. That's funny. Oh, I guess the stock is. Dude, they shot up here, and now they're starting to come back down. And then Path is on fire. I'm a big fan. Upstart and TMO. All right. I don't know. CRML, if it gets it back above 12, just watch it. But now, I'm saying, I think this is the weirdest fucking one out of all of them. The story's weird, how it played out, and then either White House is playing, somebody's playing, either the White House or the reporters. I don't know. But yeah, that already even recovered a lot quicker. So think about that. You just dropped 25% and recovered it instantly. Oh, we should have. I told you, watch those weeklies. I thought they would have went lower, but they just fucking ripped 60 to 150. Blech. All right. Well, Chattadonia, we should do some push-ups. You know, we've been here for 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours, 3.5 left to go. Sitting is the new smoking. Get beside your desk and move the body. It's Monday, baby. If you use every hour for yourself, just a little bit, oh, it makes a big difference. You know that? Huge difference. And the lawn, just like your long term, and it just grows. Small good decisions, baby. Small good decisions. Woo! Oh, Mitch, you pulled up on every horse facility and talked to everyone, made good connections. It's feeling quite possible to find Elisa. Let's do it, bro. Bro, I think I might be pulling up on you tomorrow. That's it. If they're cutting my power, I'm gonna have to be working with you tomorrow. So get ready. This is my 24-hour notice as a landlord. I'll be there tomorrow morning. I hope you have a spot for me. Oh, I might even send some other people out there too. Get some more work. But I love it, bro. I'm excited. AAOI still, then SPY. All right, well, do your push-ups, Chad, and then I'm going to go move around, go to the bathroom. Let's play you more propaganda. As a result of asset prices going crazy, and it was 08, you had the United States or it was China, and then you had Japan recently, and then the US was in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. So it's an interesting dynamic. That's something where you could either short bonds or keep that as an indicator to when the party ends. But other than that, I would focus on what you already know, the concentration, separate it from your long term. Do not confuse yourself or lie to yourself, and then use your budget and make sure that you're not going crazy. And then if you make things free, decide and then just ride the wave. It's probably one of the easiest things. But again, even emotionally, like I've hit a lot of these plays, but you know, when you play it smaller, or even if you play it decently big and make it free, I mean, it's still never going to be enough. I mean, you have to realize you'll be seeing a lot of people, you probably already saw it, posting crazy screenshots, but you could make a lot of money if you take a lot of risk at the right time. But you know, the approach that I go about, keeping it small, riding the wave, it's low risk, high return. But some of these instances, you got to really think about it. You're probably still never going to be satisfied. And that's why I'm saying the back and forth over and over, that's where you got to just watch yourself and really, you know, have your goals. And two, if asset prices go crazy, if you did hit something big, think about the exit, and the exit should be real estate, or again, an asset bigger, or put it to your long term. So I hope this helps. I hope you guys are all building your long term. I hope you're being wise. And again, we got a couple more years. And like I'm saying here, just quite simply, with even the Fed and how things are lining up, I told you guys I'd give you these updates, and the rate cuts are important. You know, we're entering that day 365. It's looking dramatically different. It's probably going to be higher. It's already been a lot higher. But again, if we don't have a recession or anything negative materializes in the next couple of months as a result of the economy, consumer overheating, then you're probably going to keep melting up a lot more, because again, conditions are getting eased up. And then vice versa, if the next couple months, if this does overheat, we may have a pullback, and then it'll be interesting coming into the next couple of years. But remember,
hey, yo, Unity on the low, big flush.
Always opportunity. Again,
yeah, Unity down. It's only down by 0.9, so but 1.3, that could get to 3 real quick. That's your first big move in a minute. Or anything except those CRMLs. Ugh. They've already 50% of them. So yeah, the spreads are pretty wide. Remember, on any of these, we're going to go near money. I'm not going to take that one. And then Qubit, Snap. Again, Unity to the low right there. Verizon and AT&T still selling off. Saddle? What's that? Sat Logic. Let's see. Oh, wait. I need to do my toe exercise. Fuck. I forgot. Oh, TTD popping. It's weird. I don't have the calendar for the JP Morgan thing, but some of these might be it. And then we haven't heard yet from Lisa. I think Lisa's on the calendar at 1 p.m. today. We heard from her at Bloomberg earlier, but yeah. That's what we're waiting for. And then CRML hit 12 again. So if that could go above, you might get back to the halt level. That's actually very surprisingly quick. So I think people are chilling out. But yeah, like I told you, it's either same story. That information wasn't not new. So just apply that how you see fit. It's definitely weirder than all the other ones, though. TTD 52.70 went up by 50 cents there. BCAX. Man, Bitcoin, dude, 126, 124.
Qubits is running. I saw Reddit too. Reddit's waking up. I just had that up. A lot of things just started popping, like tech-wise. Very small, but it's moving up. Dow is still the only one red. Russell chilled out a little bit, but NASDAQ got the climb. And here we are at 9:30. Dude, today kind of flew by though, no? Am I tripping? I feel like it was like real early, and then now it's not real early. It's now we're in the middle of the day on a Monday. Time flies when you're in a cult. Yeah, Trump on Lula. That's coming out right now. Had a good call. We'll meet with him soon. We'll be having further talks with Brazil, discuss the economy and trade. We'll have further talks with Lula. Where did Ionar? Yeah, that one came back up too. That one had less of an impact just because that was the rumor of the rumor. It wasn't the one that was impacted. Pilgrim's Pride on the load. PPC. Isn't it crazy? It's almost Philo. I don't know what I'm going to do for Philo, you guys. I wrote a book. I didn't write like a real book, but I kept writing shit down this weekend. And then by the time I looked at it, I was like, this is way too much. TTD serve. Oh, what? Doesn't serve? What am I thinking of? That one had something. Haha. Check something. I own Q, big dog. That one keeps running. There's I own R and then I own Q. Wait a minute. Oh shit. You're like 3 spaces on the keyboard. So that might benefit just off of that. That's I own R, not I own Q. Hold on. Ceco, C-E-C-O. Yeah, Snap has been doing that randomly last couple days. I want to say since the TikTok stuff. And then Reddit's about to go to 210 again. So that one's climbing up. A couple energy names too.
AAOI, whatever that is. Yeah, all the material plays, that kind of just killed the juice. MP came back up. Some of them like came back up and now they're chilling. That's the second day in the row of Intel hitting 38 and then we come down. Come on, bruh. A couple of transport names like JB Hunt. And then MOS on the high and CP Railroads. SPY still holding up, very calm. All things considered. MOS still, that one's climbing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these. STRC. Oh, wow. Strategy 9. It's a... What the fuck is this? STRC. I mean, it looks like a liquid pump. It does not get traded that often. 9% perp stretch registered shares. This is some sort of asset. I don't even think it's a company. Oh, healthcare still down. UNH holding. It's MSTR related. Well, there you go. STRC. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like a. Why the fuck you want a yield max on? And I don't even do whatever y'all want. The AMD premiums came down, the ones that were up for no reason. Man, what a day. Google DNL. Google's on the high. I think it was only Microsoft earlier. They chilled out. I actually haven't had a big tech high in a minute. Meta's still on near the high, but it's down on the day. Yeah, the divvy. Remember, anything above 7 is kind of... You should ask questions. Ask good questions. At that. Okay. Chad, aren't you blessed to be alive right now? Don't you feel it? Isn't it wild you were chosen for this opportunity in the world? That you get to live in this timeline? You've never been in option plays that go up 4,000 to 10,000%? Go watch my video, How to Find 1,000% Options. It's called the Josh Scholes model. I was even explaining this to the girls. So like all of my girls' friends, they're like really educated. So like these girls, one of them works at Morgan Stanley and she didn't even get options. But when I told her, I was like, it makes a lot of sense. You know, think about it. If you buy an option for 50 cents and it goes $5 in the money, that's going to be worth $500. That's 1,000%. So you may think a lot of things and it may be difficult or you may be like, it's not real, but it's really mathematical if you really think about it. The point is, you just need to know where stocks are going to go. That's the problem everybody keeps missing. Do I know how to use options and find them? I do. But I'm even better at telling you where a stock is going to go. You've seen it. And that's all I need. Because if I know, just like the BABA, remember what I was telling you 2 weeks ago on BABA? I was saying 180 to 182. That's $9 in the money now. So if you got, let's say a 182 for 70 cents or less, that's 1,000%. If you got it for 30 cents, that's 2,000%. So it's very mathematical, believe it or not. But yeah, I'd watch the video. I've had it out for years. Free 99. Free 99. Baba, speak of the devil. Deloitte a refund the Australian government for using AIs to produce a report containing errors. Oh no. It's called How to Find 1000% Options. It used to be in the description here, but it has a lot of views on it. And then it's Josh Scholl's model. China reopens on Wednesday. There's one more thing. There's something they do. I'm blanking on it. I was thinking about it this weekend. It'll come back to me eventually. Shermal. FLNC. There's a couple. Qubit's still going. I think that one's still red, or whatever OMC is. Low ticker pretty active, but SPY still near the high. I mean, Meta seems to be the only one. Meta and Google climbing big 7-wise, but then Meta's in the red. Oh, it was in last night's video? Well, there you go. SPRB Shkreli long tweet. Is it a biotech? Oh, they already, I mean, it's already up 400%. I'd be very careful. I think he did that last time with the other one. What was the one that was up 300-400? I don't think he was wrong on the idea, but the timing of it's a little shit. GRRRRRRRRRRRR. Oh, and then nothing on Pfizer. We had BMY and Merck, but they came down. Venezuela announces security at the embassy after alleged plot is uncovered. Or? Tell me why. Where's the other one? Amdizzle. And then Shermal. Or Getty. There's one more I want to. Oh, Path. That one's chilling. Nice. All right, we haven't even gotten any. I thought we were going to hear a lot more by now from some of these events. But we have not. And it's 9:50. Oh! Do you guys just want to go to Philo? I think you guys need some Philo. Data Kelb. And then the SE. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say, hey, I saw my long turn today. Tell me why. Alright, we're getting qubits again. Oh, we even have a what's it called coming out? Alright, man, I just tried to like shoot this video and I watched it back. Yeah, you got Caroline about to come out too at 10. And I got a long one, so you might have to choose between press secretary and Philo today. October 6th. You need it. Go back, man. So that's your second time today. So I don't know if you've been listening lately, but my patience for people who miss is negative now. So, and even if I'm bothered by it, it doesn't matter, because I think you guys will get way better like use if you just go back and listen. But you don't need anything. Everything is within you. I hope you find it and seek it out. But at the same time too, we're not going to go back on stuff. So don't get in the way of reminding us to go back or what you missed. And at the same time, in a weird way, if you're listening now but you didn't get this stuff
prior, you got to think about it. You're still falling behind. So I would quickly and as quick as possible catch up to what you need or start filling in the gaps until it clicks. But anything else is just not, that time is up, man. So I don't know. I'm noticing a pattern with you. Well, yeah, bro, and get excited. Dude, I'm telling you, I even put my girl, when she started that new job, because I told her not to do it, and I said, okay, if you're going to do it, I'm putting you through Josh Answers boot camp. Oh my gosh, bro, even she's insane now. You have no idea. And it really boils down to, like, if you enjoy what you're doing, and you put yourself in a way where your habit aligns with it and you get excited about it and then you keep doing it. It's like, just like G.K. Chesterton, the student who takes pleasure in his work and is excited by it and doing it every day and just, getting up there, you're going to have way less stress and the work is going to be easier for you than the student that neglects the work and then has to cram at the last minute to try to catch up. So whatever it may be, I'm telling you, a small SGD of consistency is gonna take you guys so far. You have no idea, but you have to be serious about it. That's what I was saying. Like, my girl, she got this job offer, and why I think it's a great job. I love it. I get perks from it. So I'm like, believe me, I would love for her to do it. I just knew her life. I just knew how she would wake up. I knew when she would sleep. I knew everything, all of her habits. I knew them better than she did. And that's why I told her, I was like, listen, it's going to be hard. And I say, unless you really want to do this, I don't think you're going to like it, because all those habits are going to get lit on fire. And then you're going to have to rebuild some brand new ones to work with whatever, the schedule, the timing, all of that. So she decided, and it worked out well. It's been about a month or so, and like, it was painful at first, like I told all of you, the waking up and putting yourself in a certain position, but that hard stuff you will consistently do in the beginning that'll feel like hell. Once you learn to get excited by it, and then it's just normal, that's where you start to see crazy progress. That's where you start to run laps around people, because that's what's happening, is that you're enjoying it and you're prepared and you're just doing it because you're doing it, versus playing it to like, oh, I gotta get ahead, gotta go behind, I got this, oh, it's not that important, I'll do it later, I'll do it now. Just no, you get little pieces knocked out every day, you're gonna win. So if you missed anything, go back to all the trading fraternity videos this year, so you don't miss the long term and the philos and the bubble and the main topics and the main events. That's what I'm saying. Watch all those. That'll take you less than an hour. Last week we had 3 watch lists. That's, I think, 17 minutes a pop, 30 minutes, 2 times speed. We're looking at 15 minutes. So yeah, I don't know. But otherwise, if you continue to progress after being behind, you're only falling further behind. It's almost locked in you've been, and it shows. Amen, brother. A lot of people have told me that. A lot of people got really mad at me at the beginning of this year. And guess what, guys? I'm not sorry about it. You know why? Because you guys are all thanking me now. Just hear me out. Imagine if I was timid this year. Imagine if I just let you coast right through this year. 2025 struck and we did nothing. Imagine we acted like everybody else. You guys would have had a lot of fun. The chat would have been cool. Nobody would have got banned. Oh, you would be in such FOMO right now. It'd be disgusting. Because now you guys have FOMO after winning. Why? Because you won so fucking much. You're like, damn, I could have made $100 billion if I went all in. But I get it. So, like I'm telling you, man, it's not it's a good thing. And I think a lot of people, it shows. That's what you said directly I'm not just, think about what I just told you guys, but now look at your life. That's what I want you to, now tell me this mentality you're in, tell me every area of your life doesn't reflect it. I would be shocked. And that's what I'm telling you. That's why I said it's humorous. Because when you get locked in too, people will say shit. And then they're like, are you okay? I'm like, my brother, I'm doing everything okay. Actually, the best I've ever done it. So how are you okay? But yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's real. So I'm glad you guys did lock in. And if you met the challenge as it showed up, you get that reward. Because not everybody did. People ran away from the challenge. People ran away from the standard. Yeah, it was offered to everybody. But those of you that took it, I hope, I know exactly what happened. Because it was a good reward. I never wanna hear you say, I saw my lantern today. Oh, it's your girl's B-Day, starting the law term. Oh, wait, she started it this year? Oh, amen. I was about to say, I was like, man, don't top tick because it's her birthday. But he already prepared. Happy birthday, Christy. So I'm talking about. Christy got a long term. Everybody got a long term, bro. What y'all doing? Get a long term. Oh, amen. Now we get Philo. We get long term in Philo, bro. Are you serious? Sounds awesome. And we still have a government shutdown. All right. So. Treat this like my last. Cubits on the high. I don't know how long it lasts. I think the stock is ass. But they will still buy it. I was gonna go see something. Alright, well I blanked, but it's time to move on over to Philo. Philo, can't you see? Sometimes the long term hypnotize me. I just love your 10%. This is how you save and grows away. Wow. You car on the high. Yeah, they all went good. All right. Well, Chattadonia, I have another play for you. Remind me at the end of the day. Or you guys, once I fix my OBS, we will have a locked-in version available. So for those of you, it's available now, but you got to wait till I could get it set up. But we will have a no delay one with plays eventually. That's what you guys have created up from Friday. And then I think you guys did very well. So it was good to see, but then we could separate it and make it work. But other than that, Philo, that's going to be the same place for all. So remind me at the bell for a play. You're going to have to go to Philo to remind me. But you don't join now if you don't want to hear it, man. If you don't want to hear about life and all these things we've talked about this year that have gotten us many, many things and have gotten us to this point with the level, imagine, not only did we make money, not only did we take care of ourselves, all of that, but do you guys not hear the level of clarity? You understand what I'm saying? And praise God, I don't take any credit for it. I'm just blessed, and I think God be the glory. Being around you guys who are just in the same way as focused, man, that's a gift, and it's a blessing. And that's what I'm saying, man. In a world, in a environment, look, we have a lot of clarity at a good moment. I wouldn't even call it confidence, just easy to see things clearer, even though there is a lot of fog. So I'd take that in, but it's your choice, my brother. So I'll see you there. If you don't want to be there, don't come. That'd be dumb to pay attention and buy things you don't use. So don't do that. So other than that, have a good day, and I hope I see you at Philo. Peace.